Welcome everyone to Save the Script. I am not sure how we introduced the first show, so the question is, A to M, do we want to be consistent in how we start it, or do we want to be consistent in not being the same every time?
Well, I think we just do it however, because anything else is going to require too much thought from me. And I'm not going to remember, honestly. So, I'm Agent N. Hello. We are joined by first guest star ever.
Oh yeah, Nahumrab making guest appearance.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and I'm Baby Giraffe as always, or again. And we all just saw Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse.
There's some of us for more times than others. But
Yeah. All of us have seen it a different amount.
Yeah, this is my third time. Nahumraba's second. And
it's my first. I have a lot of thinking to do.
I've already done all my thinking.
Oh, no.
So first off, Nahumraba, is it better than the first one?
Yes, I would say. I think
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
All
Oh.
right. Yes.
That's a... Ooh,
From what you were saying this morning, I was
Wow.
pretty confident. I was like, yeah, he loves this movie.
Yeah, it was pretty
Man, really?
good. Yeah.
Really? I'm shocked.
I only just
Okay.
seen it once, but this morning. But now,
Okay.
still thinking about it. But yeah.
You still think it's better?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
wow.
Okay. I personally, I don't think it's as good. It's slid right under it for me. A few things I'm not a huge fan of in it. Although I do think particularly the comedy in Across the Spider-Verse is like a lot better than the first one.
Okay.
I think it's better than the first one by quite a bit. So.
A lot of things I'm hearing. I'm not agreeing.
I would agree, obviously.
Well, I mean, obviously you would. I did not think that. I actually
Really?
thought the
Okay.
comedy was pretty hit or miss. There were some jokes that were pretty funny. There were a lot of jokes that just did not.
You probably didn't like that. Oh, it's a
Did not-
metaphor for capitalism or something. You didn't like that joke.
It wasn't capitalism, what was it? But yeah.
Yeah. It's,
I think it was.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I think that's pretty much what he said.
That's what he said. That was a spoiler if you cared about one specific joke. No context, by
We're
the
talking
way.
about
Capitalism is in this movie.
We'll try to keep it non-spoiler to begin with, but all bets are off, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
I can't help myself.
How could you not if you're gonna talk about
I
it?
mean, we're gonna talk about it in depth, but brief here at the beginning. As I kind of implied, I don't think it's better than Spider-Verse 1. And I don't think it's funnier than Spider-Verse 1 either.
Oh man, you
so-
need to go back and watch it again.
Yeah, I'm
you.
Mr. Hot Take over here.
Oh my goodness.
Mr. Hot Take says one good movie is better than other good movie.
Oh my goodness.
So, overall general thoughts to just tell people, hey, watch this movie, don't watch this movie?
I love the animation. It was
Okay,
so good.
yeah.
I like how each universe has its own, and it
Yeah.
I didn't. Well, obviously, in the first scene, I didn't get that. I thought it was just freaking weird with that vulture. He just stuck out so bad. But then after that, I was like, oh, that's what's going on. He's from a different universe, and then
Right. So, overall, non-spoiler thoughts. They're kind of dying.
Thanks for going
here.
right to a very specific.
I mean, like if we didn't put a spoiler.
Okay,
warning-
guys, a Spider-Man villain's in the movie. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm.
Overall, if someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, is it worth my time?" Well, yeah. This is my third time seeing it, so.
Even if it's a 2.5-hour movie.
Yeah. It is a long movie.
It is a long movie.
But I was.
But I could have watched it for 5 more hours.
I was like, if someone came up to me at the end of the movie and goes, okay, so turns out we're gonna let you watch the next movie like right now, I would be all for it. Like, heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
It's long, but I didn't feel the length in a bad way. Like I noticed it was long, but I didn't notice like, oh man, this is going on a while. It didn't feel like that to me.
Like the beginning, like 20 minutes is actually pretty slow.
Yeah, the beginning is slow. It's a slow open, and then things speed up a lot. But there's a lot going on even at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Overall, I would say check it out if you like art or animation, definitely check it out.
Obviously, you gotta watch the first one first.
Oh well, yeah. Watch the first one. Watch the first one. That one's great. That one's really good.
Top tier right there.
I mean, audience-wise, says the first one was 93%, and this one was 96%.
Referencing
So,
Rotten freaking
Rotten
Tomatoes.
So, just saying.
Mr. Bad Taste over here.
Hey, I am apparently with everybody else, which is probably not a good thing.
Well, thanks for
So maybe
supporting
I,
your own argument.
maybe I shouldn't have gone to Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes, bad choice. Bad choice.
Yeah. Actually, but the critics do say that the first one's better, so.
Oh,
thank
you.
Hey,
Thank you
is
for the
it
compliment.
really a compliment?
By 2%.
Is it really a compliment?
I know.
In this one specific instance, yes.
Well, when Movie Bob's a Rotten Tomatoes critic, is it really a compliment?
Wait,
when
he
you're,
is? Oh.
Yeah, he's certified. He's good old Mr. Eugenics over there. He's,
Oh my goodness.
he's certified on Rotten Tomatoes. If you don't know who Movie Bob is, that's gonna sound awkward. But if you do,
It's true.
Yeah, he's not a great guy. But yeah, recommend the movie.
Absolutely.
If you haven't seen it,
Oh, yeah.
check it out.
Watch it twice.
Watch it at least twice.
Wait a minute, you watched it
Before
3
you get-
times.
before
What are
you
you
have
saying?
any
I have an addiction,
opinions.
okay? What can I say?
Watch it twice. Don't watch it 3 times. Then it becomes a habit.
Wow. Definitely gonna watch it a third time.
So you didn't think it was as funny? You thought the comedy was more hit or miss?
We're going spoiler now, right?
I
I mean, non-spoiler.
Oops.
Non-spoiler wasn't very
Wait,
non-spoiler.
Are we supposed
but,
to
you
do
know.
the beginning non-spoiler?
I mean,
How-
vaguely. We're kind
Vaguely?
of winging it, so
Okay.
it is what it is. But it's vaguely
Well,
non-spoiler.
good thing
I just want
Good thing I
to
didn't
talk
spoil
about
any
all of it.
important-
Okay,
so-
okay, yeah. So if you want non-spoilers or a spoiler warning, I guess this is it.
Yeah, go somewhere
Yeah,
else.
get out, leave. You can come back
Or
later.
just listen to the beginning over and over
Or
again.
if, or if you're one of those people who listens to podcasts about movies they've never seen and have no intention of watching, I guess you can stay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But go watch it.
Yeah, but watch it. Watch it. So comedy.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious. I thought every
Oh,
different
really?
Spider-Man's like different sense of comedy in different situations worked pretty well.
I did like some of the. I did like they had different styles of comedy to a degree. I do like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just a lot of the jokes didn't land for me, especially with the parents at the beginning. They were making jokes a lot.
Like the parents
parent-
making jokes.
well, I mean, like,
oh, the
yeah.
texting. Oh, he put it in one word.
Yeah,
Isn't that
yeah.
The youth.
It was definitely like, if you were to compare the two, I am certain that this has way more jokes.
Oh yeah.
Than the first.
Yeah, I would say it
like
does.
way more.
I think you kind of need to, like, say you win at that and it didn't succeed in the first movie, then like they wouldn't be able to make a second one then. So obviously the first one has to be super solid, and then they
right. I just think the comedy's a little much. I think there are a lot of jokes, but not a lot of them hit. And I would rather have fewer jokes and have more of them hit harder. Because in the first movie, like, the jokes just keep hitting for me, at least. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Except for-
consistently funny.
I would say they do almost the entire movie except for Spider-Ham. I didn't really care for Spider-Ham.
I thought some of Spider-Ham's jokes were funny.
Yeah.
I mean,
I did too, but not.
You didn't
not
like
many
the
of them.
I'm not a cartoon. Hammer.
Yeah.
You didn't like that?
Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't the best one. That wasn't the best one, but
Spider-Man Noir with the Rubik's Cube, though.
Spider-Man
He
Noir.
was.
Ooh.
He was pretty good.
I loved
know.
Spider-Man Noir.
Didn't get any lines in
Yeah.
new one.
I'm glad he's coming back.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
I mean, we already wore
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, so-
Can't wait. Yeah, this next one.
Spider-Man Noir is, yeah. Oh man, I like him. I like it. Nicolas Cage was a good choice for him.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you guys think about the new Spider-Man they introduced?
Which one?
You've got the British one, and then you've got which is Hobie.
Hobie.
You're talking about the Cockney. You're talking about Spider-Punk, right?
Yeah.
Spider-Punk,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Hobie.
Hobie.
I liked him. He's pretty good.
He's all right.
I liked him a lot.
He's a
I mean,
punk.
honestly, he's obviously not the kind of
Yeah.
person we would be, but I can
No.
laugh at the kind of
No,
Exactly.
personality he is.
I
Yeah.
can enjoy the character. If I met this guy in real life,
No, I wouldn't be
I would
friends with
not
him.
want to hang out with him.
But
Yeah.
seeing him in a movie, like, it can be really fun.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Obviously.
Well, he's just so over the top when we first meet him. He's like, I hate labels, but then he just
Yeah,
like
he gets
goes
called
off.
out.
Yeah, he just
gets
goes
called
off.
out, and then immediately, I hate consistency.
I hate
It's
consistency.
Like, yeah, okay.
I hate comedy.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good joke.
That
was a good.
That one was a good.
That
joke.
was a good way to introduce.
Yeah.
So that was.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. Oh man, though. It's like really the type of guy that doesn't really stand for anything.
Yep.
I don't.
Yeah.
I hate systems is what he says in the
Yeah.
very beginning, like
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's probably. I would definitely say he's an anarchist.
But yet his moral compass
Yeah.
is still really good because he's at least trying to help.
Well, I don't know.
I mean,
Depends on
You could almost see
In
him
the
as
way
a
of-
you could almost look at him as a villain at the
You-
decision he makes at the end.
Yeah.
Which one are you referring to?
Well.
Well,
hell,
so he
this
gives.
is we're in this big plot stuff, so
yeah,
we're gonna get
like,
into
at
it.
the very end,
Yeah.
he's straight up giving Gwen the opportunity to try to break canon, which is
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
world, like ending event.
It kills.
Yeah.
It kills an entire reality of people.
Yeah, which is a very bad thing.
Literally, and
Yeah.
we're not talking about because this is a Marvel thing, so it's very likely it's not confirmed that every universe has like space and like aliens and stuff, but it's very likely that they have
Yeah.
aliens. So we're not even talking about planet Earth, which would be bad enough.
We're talking about
We're talking
everything.
about everything in that universe just dead, gone,
Yep.
and it's like, oh, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. That's 2099.
Yeah.
That's what I call him.
Yeah, 2099. I'm
2099.
good with 2099.
Yeah. It
His
just
name
sounds
is-
cool.
yeah.
It just sounds so cool.
He's-
But like
he's
I
his
thought- I thought his
motivation.
name was from the world he was from, though.
Yeah, 2090. See, Spider-Man 2099. That's his like.
But he's O'Hare.
Yeah,
O'Hare.
he's Miguel O'Hara is his like real name, but Spider-Man
Okay,
2099
I thought the world
is
that
the
they were
character's
at
name.
was his world, though. Like the
I believe it
future-
was.
Yeah, I think it was,
2099.
yeah.
But no, it wasn't 2099. It was a 3-digit one.
Or oh, it was.
Yeah. They when they went to the HQ, it was a 3-digit.
Well, maybe
one.
his world, because his original one got destroyed, didn't it?
No.
Or was the new
No,
one?
no,
he
no,
went to
no,
that
no.
got destroyed?
No, the one. So the one he went to wasn't his world. That was the point.
Gotcha.
The point was he was trying to replace a version of himself that had died,
Gotcha.
so he could fill in and have his family have a happy life.
And that ends up causing the end of the universe for him.
Yeah, it kills
And I was confused.
everybody.
Was that universe the one with the dad, Peter?
there.
Because why was he like,
No.
you would know, wouldn't you, Peter? And then he was like, yeah.
Apparently-
I didn't.
That's a little
So-
bit of a problem I have with.
Apparently, that takes place after he started going around and recruiting people, which is a little weird
Yeah.
to me. Because at the end of the first movie, right? It ends with him going around and he starts recruiting people, and you have the Spider-Man pointing gag, of
Yeah.
course, which was very funny there. I like that joke. But
Get Spider-Man. Oh, you.
yeah, that was a good one. I like that joke.
Yeah.
I thought that was all right. Yeah, so it had to take place after the end credit scene.
Yeah, for it to make sense.
Yeah. But then it's like, well, I thought he was doing like this stuff for a reason. I thought he was like very.
Yeah.
I don't know why he would just give up what he was doing to try to like have that life. I don't know if he's the type of person to do that.
Yeah, I thought he was just recruiting people who like had broken universes, basically.
No,
Yeah, that's why.
no, he wasn't.
But then every freaking Spider-Man is there.
Right.
So he's just recruiting everyone.
Yeah, Peter B. Parker's universe is totally fine. It's A-okay. He goes there in the movie too, so.
What did you guys think of Peter B. Parker? I wasn't happy with him. To be honest.
Honestly, okay, so
They used him for too many jokes.
Too many parents.
I think that was not the best decision. I think it made him more of a joke than he should have been, considering how important.
I mean, he was a
is.
joke in the first one, but
Well,
that was like his character.
No, he wasn't a joke in the first one. He made jokes in the
well,
first one.
obviously that's what
He
I
wasn't
meant,
a joke.
Well, like he was funny, and like him
Yeah.
doing serious stuff was still funny.
Yeah, but he was a character. This
Yeah.
one, he felt more like the parenting stuff was just that was it,
Yeah.
and I really didn't like that. Honestly, shouldn't be bringing the baby after the first chase. I'll let him slide on the first chase because he didn't know for sure that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right? Like he brings the baby to
But then
work.
he's like, I really shouldn't be doing this. I'm a horrible parent. And
Yeah.
then he just does it anyway.
Yeah, that's not great, but you can kind of ignore that and say,
Yeah.
"Oh well, he
I
wasn't
didn't think that was a
expecting it. He's
huge
got
deal,
it.
but-
He's got to talk to Miles. It's it's not something."
I did
he
like
was
that
planning on.
conversation with Miles. He had just a little bit.
I liked it a little bit. I think it could have been a little.
Didn't like the
stronger,
part where he
but-
was trying to hand him the baby the whole time.
No. I
But
didn't
besides
think
that,
was-
yeah.
I thought that was fine.
I mean, I kind of like the emotional idea behind it, where he wants him to hold the baby because that's one of the reasons why he wanted to be a parent. It's
Yeah.
because Miles and mentoring Miles made him want to be a parent. So
Yeah.
it's like I do think it's nice that he wants him to hold his baby. Like that's a nice little
Yeah.
thing. But I don't know. I'm okay with that part. I'm okay.
I
with
was
that
Oh
part.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
okay with the whole movie.
I like that he wanted Miles to hold the baby. I don't know if I like how much he wanted Miles to hold the baby, but
Well, he
you
wants
know.
him to. He doesn't want him to escape. Like when it comes down to it, Peter realizes he needs him to not disrupt the cannon.
Yeah,
Well,
And
he
so
doesn't-
even though he wants to
I-
have this important conversation, he also just needs Miles to relax so he can explain to him what's going on.
he wants to do it through a conversation.
Yes.
He doesn't want to have all the spider people gang up and force him down.
And that's he's
Yeah.
he pulled him aside from everyone and is trying to get him
Right.
to stay still and just talk it
Right.
out.
And you can tell by his reaction that he's not super upset that Miles is getting away.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. What did you think of all of the spider people agreeing on this stuff? All of them agree on
You
it.
see that if
Except
it's a
for
world-breaking event
three.
and you can see the video where O'Hare or 2099 is
Right.
holding his daughter as his daughter
Right.
disappears.
Right.
It's gonna be hard for anybody to look at that and think, yeah, that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
The problem is we've seen Miles save someone that disrupted cannon, and the world didn't immediately get destroyed.
No, it's implied that he replaced him and then lived on for a long
No,
time.
I'm talking about the
No, he's
in
talking about
India, in the Indie
Yeah.
Spider-Man. He saved the police officer right there, right? And that
Yeah.
disrupted the cannon.
Mhm.
And the world didn't immediately end.
No.
And 2099 said they could save it. It's possible they can save the world.
Yeah.
Okay, that begs the question:
How?
can you do it precisely? Can you
get better at it?
can you get better at it over time? Is it
It's
how are there bigger canon events?
I mean,
At that point, if there's a possibility you can do it,
But
then at that point, 1 out of 100 Spider-Man are going to try, and at that point, you're going to have canon events happening all the time.
well, getting disrupted all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel like there would be some sort of
Well,
pushback, some sort of variation.
Well, I thought the
on
only
that.
way to stop canon event is if other worlds helped you. Because I thought if Miles went back to his
Yeah.
original one, wouldn't he not be able to stop Spot?
Well-
Because that's what was going to happen. Wouldn't people
No,
have
he
to help
could
him?
he could stop Spot. It's just that if he disrupted canon by saving his dad, I don't think he could have stopped that on its own.
Yeah.
Because that would have caused the fabric of reality to start falling apart. And I don't think he has the resources that the Spider Gang has, or whatever they're called. The boys. Me and the 8-legged boys. Oh no.
Spider-Verse or Arachnid.
I don't know. I feel like there should be some variation on their reactions to the information.
Yeah.
It's I really do feel like there would be somebody who would be
Well, it's
trying to help.
they all
Miles to
know
a
it.
degree.
They obviously don't want to tell Miles.
Right.
They're all
Right.
but
I don't know.
you think they would have also tried to stop, or maybe they have.
Well, Hobie was you should have told him more, to Gwen. You should
Yeah.
have told him this whole deal, why he's here.
Yeah. I mean, probably not even why he's here, but the fact that he's an anomaly.
Yeah, he
too.
shouldn't have even existed.
Yeah. Well, not have spider powers.
Not have spider
yeah.
powers. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's a deal breaker. I'm just saying, man, it's kind of weird that they're all like firmly like there's no pushback.
See, I don't know, because after watching
I think that's
the backstory with 2099
Yeah.
holding his daughter, and his daughter just gets like
Yeah.
wiped away with the world, I'm like, okay, that is a pretty clear motivation for him and all these other spider people.
Right.
So
Right.
I was okay with that.
Did that happen just because one cannon was
I'm not
broken,
saying-
or because like every cannon after that was broken, so like it completely made the whole universe fall apart? Because maybe only one cannon breaking wouldn't ruin it.
Well, they
That's
they
what
can
I'm saying.
recover from one, maybe sometimes.
Maybe.
So it's not a sure thing, but it's a
They
possibility.
never explained how, though.
No, they didn't explain
Like,
how.
Are they erasing
Which-
everybody's memory?
No, I
or-
don't think they would.
They're going to go back and kill everybody they saved.
That would be pretty funny. That'd be pretty dark, but it'd be pretty funny.
Sorry, Captain, you were supposed to survive, so see ya.
All right, let's get the time traveling Spider-Man. He can get him in here.
Yeah.
Let's get Doctor Who Spider-Man. Bring him in.
Oh my.
I don't know. Like, I'm not, and again, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be trying to stop him from doing that. I'm just saying maybe they shouldn't all be trying to do it this way. But I understand why. Like, it's a movie, you can't show all of that. But I
It just
don't
needs
know.
to be a few hours longer.
Yeah,
It
just-
doesn't need to be-
You know what? Just make it a few days. I don't care.
I don't care.
Just
I don't
enough
care.
length for like one more movie.
Yeah. I mean, this movie's packed. Like, honestly, it could definitely be longer.
Oh yeah.
I think
There's-
so.
I would have liked a little bit of more breathing room here and there.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's pretty well paced.
And my biggest complaint about the whole movie
Mm-hmm.
is that we don't get almost anything with the villain. And
Yeah.
and it's, the movie's like 2 hours
Well-
20 minutes, and the villain disappears halfway through the movie
Yeah.
and doesn't come
Well,
back until
yeah.
the end.
You don't.
And I'm like,
he's gonna be huge in the next movie, I'm assuming.
Right, but still.
But we like didn't get much backstory at all.
I mean, it's very front heavy for the villain's motivations and backstory. It's very. I would definitely have liked to see a deeper connection between the two, and like more naturally built up.
he's
Because-
to me he just feels like a cartoon villain. They just created like, oh, he's willing to kill like countless people to get revenge on one person. And I'm like, okay, I'm okay with a villain like that, but you've got to give me a character with him. You've got to give me some sort of reason he's doing that.
I think there's hints of it. I don't think there's quite enough of it. I would definitely have liked more. I think there's some there, but it's not enough to feel fully fleshed out or developed. Maybe that'll be fixed in the sequel. Maybe. But doing it in the second half is not the greatest. Because, like, you know, at the end of this movie, you should be going like, oh man, I can't wait for Spider-Man to take down the Spot.
Yeah.
And right now it's like, I can't wait for Spider-Man to save his dad, and that's like it. It's not.
Well, I want to see what happens
Yeah.
to Gwen.
Yeah,
too.
I do. I
That's
do.
what I want.
I mean, okay, when I say that's it, I did not mean that. I take it back. Retraction. I'm printing my retraction right now.
Agent M was wrong. Okay.
Agent M was wrong. Happens often. But you know, like, that should be one of the things you're excited to see next. And it's like, I'm not really excited to see that, except maybe for the visuals, because I think Spot looks
He is
cool.
really cool.
I think he looks pretty cool in the beginning. I think it looks really cool
Well, when he gets
once he's absorbed a lot of energy or spots. You know, I really like that part.
Yeah,
That
it
definitely
was-
looks more like a villain. Like he's more of
He
a
looks
joking like
he looks way more
villain of the week
intimidating,
in the
right?
beginning, but then he's
Yeah.
Well, when we
Which
first,
is part of
that's
his
kind of
arc and
the point,
motivation.
yeah.
too.
I was a little weary because he's been around for 1 year and 4 months.
Yeah,
Since the
and
Collider.
That's the first
And
time.
it's the
he's-
first time he didn't know how to use his powers very well.
And then like,
Which
was
was a
like
little-
a day later, and then he's a lot better.
Yeah, he's built a collider without the ability to teleport with the police
Well,
looking
he
for him.
was a scientist who worked on the collider, so I could
Yeah.
believe he could build something. I don't think it was a
In-
full-on collider
In
either.
one day, though, like...
One day is fast, especially considering like his access to equipment and stuff.
And yeah, the police are looking for him,
Yeah.
and he has no spots.
No.
So,
No, he
like,
has
that was
no-
my big thing. I was like, wait, how is he walking around the city like that with everyone, like, knowing what happened?
Yeah, he would need a disguise, and I don't like that. The you know, when he first pops out of like from inside of himself, where he
Yeah.
was, he first pops out, and they're like workers who see him, and they don't go
Do anything.
oh, hey, that guy looks suspicious. Aren't the police looking for somebody? It's like, okay, maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't
No,
know.
they
but
know.
they work here, and it was attacked. Like, there was a supervillain fight here, and I don't know, like...
It's more or less to be like, oh, this is normal, Spider-Man's gonna take care of them. They don't really care, like,
But
the world will say. Because they obviously know it's the spot.
But they're not they didn't call the police, they didn't do anything.
No, it's that they used it for a joke.
Yeah, exactly, that's one of my...
Which I thought the joke was pretty funny.
Well, I mean...
I thought it was pretty funny.
That's one of my problems with comedy. I feel like the comedy's kind of getting in the way of a couple things.
See, I would say
Here
that
and there.
that's the case for Peter, but I wouldn't say that for almost anyone else.
I mean, that circumstance right there, like that right there, that shouldn't
I don't think
have
it's
happened.
a huge hole.
I don't think it's a huge problem. I just think it's one of like a minor thing that keeps happening. I don't think it's a major problem overall either. I'm just saying it's a minor thing that bugs me about the comedy a little bit. And again, I just watched this movie, so maybe my thoughts will change. But first impressions, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Cause like, man.
I like the idea of the Spot's powers. I think it's a really interesting, because like the very first thing Spider-Man does is he tries to web him up, and it just comes right back at him.
Right. Before we go on to that, can I just finish this one point here and explain why this joke is a problem?
Okay.
Because it does affect the entire course of the movie. Because if they had to call the cops, kind of would have, I don't think the Spot would have been able to get away. Because he's out of spots, like you said, and he can't hide. Like, he doesn't have a disguise or anything. He's just out in the open, out of spots, super bizarre looking. He's just like a man made of white flesh.
Yep.
Just like pure white.
No face.
No face, no features whatsoever. It's like if they had said something, he would be caught, and that's.
Well, that was my problem with him, like, building the collider. Like, okay, so he's got to go to at least one place out in public to get these things.
Exactly.
That was my problem. Like, the police are already looking for him.
If it was established that he'd already been, like, he already had some of this equipment, or maybe he went to the ruins of the collider when nobody was there. Afterwards, they didn't have to fight there, and so he could go there afterwards and collect it in like secret.
Yeah. I would have liked it if. Personally, I would have changed it so that there were scientists working with him, like studying on him. That would have given him. I think it would have helped his character a little bit to have people to work off of.
Yeah, maybe. But also, like part of his motivation is that he's been completely abandoned and outcast by everyone. So having a couple people who are still hanging out with him.
He wouldn't be quite the villainous type.
Right. Well, it would kind of undercut that, right?
Yeah.
I think maybe the best way to do it is to have it so he's been tinkering with this stuff as a way to try to find a cure already. You establish that he's already working on that.
There we go.
And instead of having him rob like an ATM machine, maybe he's trying to rob like a parts store. Maybe it doesn't have to be like a big parts store. It could be like a small parts store because he doesn't have money and he's just trying to get stuff for what he's working on. And so after fighting Spider-Man, he decides, I'm giving up on curing myself. I can jump into other universes. When he discovers that, he could reverse the process and go, I'm just going all in. I think that would be an easy way to fix kind of like, oh, where does he get the parts without being seen?
Yeah, that'd be a lot better.
I think that would be an easy way to try to imply that. I don't think it's a huge issue, but I think that would be like an easy fix. But I do like his powers. Like
I think it's really cool.
Oh yeah,
really really cool.
I mean,
Gwen goes to like punch him, and then he like literally just portals to extend his foot like 2 feet to kick her in the face. I'm like, just because it's unexpected, like
and like the fact that he can throw punches back, and I like the first fight with him. How he doesn't know what he's doing exactly, and so it's just kind of a mess. And they're like,
I've been waiting for this fight for so long, and he's like flustered because it's not going as well as
no, they're just like, there's a point where they're just like tangled within each other, and just like, it's like, what is going on?
Miles punches him, and then he like looks up and sees his arm is above, and then he grabs him and just
he slams
well, I guess
his
my
head.
arm's over there now. Okay.
He goes with it and he slams his head in.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun. I really like his powers. I think it's really impressive what they did with him, considering he was just a B villain in the comics. You know, it's like he was just kind of one of those I'm not sure what age it was, but you know, when comics were just kind of doing anything. I believe he's one of those villains where it's
Really?
just
Okay.
brought out, yeah. Maybe a little after that, I'm not sure, but he does seem like one of those.
I had never heard. I think you had mentioned him once before.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah, I don't know much about him, but I do know he's an old character that's pretty obscure before this, of course.
He needs to team up with Polka Dot Man.
He needs
in
to
the
team
next
up with
one.
the Wall.
No.
That's a real Spider-Man villain.
The Wall.
The Wall. He is a
Okay, please explain.
okay. He's a man who is a brick wall.
Okay, those
with
are two
a
contradictory
little-
statements.
A little
Mr.
brick head on top, and he's got legs, but like the rest of him is like a brick wall. I don't know. I just seen a picture of him, and I know that he's a Spider-Man villain, which is really funny. This is one wall you're not gonna crawl, Spider-Man. I believe that's the text.
You just had the
caption.
Spider-Man giving the take down this wall speech.
Where were you? Where were you when the wall fell? That would be really funny. I'd be down for that.
What did you guys feel about Gwen's story?
I like.
Particularly with her dad.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. That was like a complete arc in the movie, which
Yeah.
I'm glad it had one of those. You know, despite being a
Yeah, the whole movie started with her story. And
Yeah, it was like 15, 20 minutes with her.
It was
like,
a long time.
It was good.
for her. It was good. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
just a lot of time spent on it.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I think it worked out okay.
I really liked it.
I really liked it too. I was a big fan. I really do like that the death of Peter Parker, it had such a big impact on her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like doesn't have any friends. She has a lot of trouble fitting in, and you know, and now her dad is hunting her down.
I feel bad because she knows her dad's gonna die. Like, she's learned about these canon events.
Oh yeah, after.
And when Miles says, like, what about you? Your dad, like, he's gonna die, and you're not gonna do anything about it, and you just see her face, like, she is just
Devastated.
Yeah.
like, she knows, like, this is no news to her. She knew this was gonna happen. And at the end of the movie, like, you can tell, like, she still, like, is trying to cut herself off from her father, even.
Yeah.
And then until he says he's gonna retire, and
Which
then, like,
means not only is there going to be a new captain, the canon still has to happen. So she's going to have to get to know the new captain and get
And
close
be
to
friends
him, and then
with
he's
him.
going to die. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that doesn't... Cause
Yeah. See.
you get,
That's
a little
one
bit
of
of
the bigger
problems.
things. That's one of the bigger things I have questions and maybe issues.
so,
with.
but I don't know, her universe is so different, maybe it's not
Does any
quite a
Spider-Man
captain.
have any agency?
See,
Can any of them commit
yeah,
suicide?
Yeah. This is my big problem with the movie. This movie has a lot to do with destiny and fate, and that's kind of hard to do in this sort of thing. When you have a multiverse filled with like infinite possibilities, it's kind of hard to say, oh well, this always happens. Well, really? Really? There's never been like a Spider-Man who wasn't close to a police chief who didn't die by trying to save a child from and get crushed by a building. It's really never happened.
That's the thing. I don't think it has to be a police chief
Or a captain.
every time. Because, I mean, it doesn't have to be like an Aunt May or Uncle.
No, it
'cause
does.
No, because it was Peter for her. Like, it was different, completely different for her.
That's true.
That's true. That is
so
true.
That's what I'm saying. Her universe is so different that it could be something
Which makes
else.
me wonder, why is it so specific with the police chief then?
I know.
The
I was
police
like, it has to be a captain every time, but then I go think back, and the only one I can think back is the
2099
Amazing.
had a number for it, like a name for that.
Yeah,
that-
for that specific event.
yeah, like it was
Like it had
like
to have.
studied.
Yeah. Are there different like branches to this web? Like, can you go like down different paths? Like, oh, if you go down this path, your police friend is gonna die. If you go down this path, your uncle's dead. If you go down this
Well,
path,
I would have
you know,
liked
like-
it a lot better if, like, okay, so these are all of our lives, right? And these are the canon events. This group of us, the Spider people, have different canon than this group. Like there are different canons connecting them.
Right, which-
Some overlap, but like this group all have this one specific character who's gonna die, and then but none of the others have that character in them. Like
Right.
they could be that different. I would have liked that a lot better and then the idea that is since Miles shouldn't have even had powers to begin with,
Yeah.
no one really knows what kind of canon events he has in his universe now, like to go forward. I would have liked that a little better.
I mean, yeah, that would be interesting because he is an anomaly. So why is the canon applying to him if he's not even supposed to?
I think that's probably going to be their solution for the next movie because they're probably not going to kill
I
off his dad.
guess.
That would take a lot of guts. They might.
I think
but they're obviously not going to have his world destroyed.
I think Gwen's gonna die in the next one. I think so. And
I mean,
I am
they
going to be
did-
really mad when it happens
they
because
did-
I really like her character.
Another Andrew Garfield.
That's not a bad prediction because they did foreshadow it in this movie.
They did?
Yeah. Did you not?
I totally didn't get that.
When they're talking upside down on the top of that clock tower,
Yeah, okay.
where she says,
In
you know,
every other universe,
in every
it
other
doesn't work
universe,
out.
in every other universe, Gwen Stacy falls in love with Spider-Man,
I
and in every
really
other
liked
universe,
that conversation, by the way.
it doesn't. Yeah, I like that conversation.
Yeah, watching it for the second time made it so much better too.
Yeah, they could do that. I hope they don't.
Because before the first
But
time I watched it, I didn't know she was like only there for Spot, not at all for him.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then watching it back, I'm like,
You feel
oh!
so bad for both of them.
Yeah.
You feel so bad for both of them.
Oh yeah.
Knowing
Big
that
time.
they both want to be, like, how much he tells Peter, I wanted to be with you guys so bad. And, like, and then Gwen wants to be with him so bad, but she can't. And then she just says, I'll never see him again, like, because of how important it is to save
that's
the world.
man.
To save,
And-
to save his universe.
And he was right there.
Oh,
too,
so
dude.
good.
Yeah, I really like their relationship in this. It's very well done.
I think Gwen and Miles are, like, top tier
It's a good
characters.
couple. Good couple. Yeah.
Good.
Couple.
I just like characters in general. They're like
Oh yeah.
top tier.
Yeah, I like their characters a lot. I like Miles a lot.
In my video, I call them. They guard this. They stand on top of the video, on top of the Spider-Verse, like the angels on the Ark of the Covenant. 'Cause they guard the rest of the movie.
That is well, that's a little over dramatic. I gotta say.
Oh, my.
It's almost as over dramatic as the AMC like intro scene. Like, listen, you're just watching Jurassic World and Wonder Woman. It's not that big of a deal. Like,
Yeah.
Calm down. It's not like it's like A New Hope or something for the first
Can you
time.
imagine watching like The Little Mermaid with that intro in there?
Or something like SpongeBob, like completely unserious.
Movies are perfect and magical. Here, only here in this theater.
We feel like they're perfect because they are. When you're here, they
When
are.
you're here,
Drinking our Coke, eating our popcorn.
Spending-
Sponsored by popcorn.
Spending your money.
My goodness. Oh.
Man, I mean, they're really good characters.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To get back on topic.
I think their stuff is really, really good in this.
I
movie.
really like the intro with Gwen. Just everything about that, like up to the first fight scene, just like I'm definitely solid on it. I like the first fight scene too. I'm not criticizing it. Okay,
Well-
I'm just saying that first part with like the drums and stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, I
the
love
flash forwards and
Yes,
stuff. They
yes.
had
And the
an image.
flashbacks, the transitions to the flashbacks, just very
Really
well
good.
done. Very smooth.
They had a flash of her tied up with chains, like it was webbing. So I think that's gonna be the next one. I think she's gonna die. That's all I'm getting it from. Is that one
not the
specific one.
line that I pointed out. to
I
you.
don't think that was
I don't
necessarily
know.
to.
I mean, if what you're predicting is true, I think that line would be pretty good for foreshadowing.
It'll
for
age
it.
really well.
Yeah. If it not, it's still a good line.
Yeah.
So
Both can
Either
clearly
way,
be leading
yeah.
to her dying.
Either way.
Yeah.
I hope she doesn't die. I would be bummed
Man,
out.
if she does, I'll be super mad.
I would be bummed out about that. I want him to be happy. That's all.
I know. I was just every time I watch the beginning of this movie now, I'm just like, man, I feel so bad for both of them
Mm-hmm.
and the decisions they have to make. Like, it's sad.
Yeah,
It's sad.
it's a tough situation.
Yeah.
I really liked the delivery of her backstory, though. Really big fan of that. Really big fan of how they did that. Especially since we already know it from the first movie. and it was still very effective in how it was presented here. So even though we knew like roughly what it was, what happened, seeing it, the way they did it was still very effective.
Yeah. And it wasn't just to give her a backstory. It was to help like develop the relationship between her and her father too.
Yeah, it's also to put their relationship in perspective.
Yeah.
And to put where she is and her relationship with Miles in perspective too, because you know she doesn't have any friends since then, and you know she just broke up with her band. It didn't work out. There were a couple funny lines there. There were a couple funny. It's like I'd enjoy this band to talk about my feelings.
Well, I did.
That was funny, but there are I don't know. For every line that works, there's a couple lines that don't.
Oh,
Like I don't know. For comedy.
I think that's every 3 that hit is 1 that doesn't.
See, I'll disagree. I'll say it's like every 1 that hits, there's 2 that don't. For me, it might even be more. But
see, for me, like when like what is that? Like, it's a metaphor for capitalism. Like I didn't laugh at that.
No.
But I was like, okay, like that's his character. Like I don't mind. I don't mind having comedy that doesn't land.
I rolled
all the time.
my eyes.
Wasn't it anarchist?
But it was his character.
Well, he has a couple anarchists, like the child's an anarchist.
I would guess he's an anarchist, but you know, anarchists don't like any system, so they would not be friends with capitalism or communism. If you're a pure anarchist, there are a couple of anarchists who say they're anarchists who aren't like full-on anarchists. It's very confusing. Like there's like anarcho-capitalists and stuff, anarcho-communists and stuff, and it's like I don't think you're gonna be able to like like enforce any system without like a system of government involved.
Well, if you can't enforce your own system, then...
so it's just gonna fall apart. That's one of the problems. I mean, anarchy's a stupid idea, anyways. It's like, hey, let's not have any rules. Okay, people are just gonna make rules. Like you're not gonna stop.
So are you gonna enforce that rule, or are you not calling that a rule?
Yeah, are you going to have people to enforce that there are no laws? What are you? Because that would be a law. What are you doing? Anyways, enough politics. But
yeah, even though like I didn't laugh at all of his lines, I still thought they were fine for his character. I
didn't think they were out of character.
Yeah.
I do think there are a couple lines here and there or jokes here and there that do like drag it down a little bit. Not a lot. Some of them just miss, not drag it down, but there are a couple that drag it down a little bit for me. I don't think any of them are necessarily out of character. Some of them I question being included. I would have liked a little less comedy, a little more drama, I guess, for some of them.
I don't know. I think there was plenty of drama.
No, like, I mean, just for like some of the lines and stuff.
Yeah. Like I said, like for Peter, that's my big criticism there.
For Peter, I would also say for Miles' parents a little bit.
I think they got enough serious stuff out of his parents, though. I think it was handled pretty well.
I think they were a lot more jokey than the first movie, and I didn't like it as much. This definitely felt a lot more jokey than the first movie did, which wasn't my favorite. I just am not a big fan of that. I think it was a little too much.
I don't know.
It's okay.
I didn't feel that. I didn't experience that. I was pretty happy with it.
Okay, well that's fine. It's just me. It's comedy, you know. It's comedy. It's subjective. It's subjective. It's okay. You can't criticize me. It's subjective. Yeah. So, I liked. Can I say this real quick?
You can say whatever you want.
Okay, thank you.
I know this is not illegal.
I don't even know what you're gonna say, but yeah.
I think we should kill the No.
Whoa.
Okay,
definitely not. Definitely
we
not.
have to cut that out.
Yeah, I mean you can. I'm not serious about it. As if that was a question. I just wanted to say I liked Peter Parker's lizard design.
Oh.
I really liked that. Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool, and especially the way it moved.
Like super quick, but
it moved like a lizard. Like it moved like a funny lizard where they're kind of like wobbly and
like stomping his feet, like also like
slithering
moving, like
booking it, wiggling back and forth. But yeah, I liked that a lot. I thought it was cool design, especially since most of the time the lizard is pretty man-like.
Yeah.
So. I thought it was cool to go
Did Peter
full on
have control over when he was the lizard there? Because he was fighting Gwen in that. He hit her up against the wall.
I don't think it had full control, but I think it had partial control, maybe not control, but
it's like the first Amazing Spider-Man. It warps his brain.
Yeah, well, there was like emotional influence over him clearly, because like he was targeting his bully. Like
Yeah.
he was going after his bully. So clearly there was some level of influence.
Well, it was just because he
Peter's-
was fat, and so it was just the most food for
Oh
him.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
You wouldn't go after a skinny
Yeah.
person because they can run.
He just
fast.
drank that because he was hungry. You know, he wanted to eat some fat kids.
He just wanted to eat them fat boys. He's going after 'em.
Oh,
Come here, lard bucket.
Oh my gosh.
we cannot post this.
I thought it was funny. Better than the president's show. It was awful.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
There were a lot. I really like seeing the villain designs in this. For the most part, there was one that I didn't like, but most
Which
of
one
them
did you
were
not
pretty
like?
fond of. Just the one guy, real quick, with the train.
Oh, you didn't like that?
No, I didn't like him very much.
Armadillo
Yeah,
guy.
the armadillo guy.
I thought it was funny.
I thought it was fine. It just didn't seem as strong as a lot of the other ones, which is, of course, it's not. He was
You mean
in
the
it
one
for,
that he zapped?
yeah.
Ping,
He's in it
ping.
for 5 seconds, so like
Yeah.
of course it's not. Of course I'm not gonna be as big of a fan of him. That's not a big criticism.
Oh, God.
Movie ruined.
That's
Armadillo
why
guy?
you didn't like the
He
movie.
was supposed to be the worst villain ever.
He's supposed
He
to
was-
look like an armadillo, like a cool one though. Man, no, but like the Vulture and like
Oh,
Peter
yeah.
Parker and everything.
Yeah.
Big fan of Vulture's design. Big.
Oh,
Would
yeah.
have loved to see the Spider-Man from his universe. That would have been cool.
Oh yeah.
A Spider-Man with hammer space. He just
Yeah.
he just pulls like actual webbing, like actual rope out of just like an infinite bag.
I'm disappointed that Cowboy Spider-Man did not use a lasso at any point.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so many Spider-Mans.
Oh, I know. I will say, I wish there was a lot of background Spider-Man that were very generic looking, which
Yeah,
is
very-
fair.
They just seemed different colors. That's
But-
all it seemed like. They
Yeah,
were.
but disappointing. I could see there were a lot of models that looked very similar to each other,
Yeah.
with just different like textures over them, which not crazy about, but understandable. I get it, but I'm not. I would have loved to see
Because
some more.
for each one you have to look different. They'd have to come up with some backstory or something.
Well, no,
That's just-
not necessarily. You don't have to. You can just make it. Look
I mean, you just have to come up with
interesting.
an idea that makes sense, pitch it, and then like draw it.
It
and
just
that
has to. It
seems
has
like
to.
a
I mean, for a
lot.
background character, you just have to make an interesting design, as that's not like too expensive to make. Which, like, again, that's definitely why they're.
You have a couple short ones. You got a couple tall ones. You got one that looks like the Rancor.
There's
and then you got...
a couple of ladies with more pear-shaped bodies. There's a couple ladies
Yeah.
with it's like there's a couple different body types you see a lot.
Yeah.
The more like pear-shaped ladies, I don't know how else to describe them. I don't want to say like chunky or anything like that, but
Let's just say the lizard would have definitely gone for them.
yeah, probably. But like I saw that model, I saw a lot. I noticed that model
Okay.
coming up again and again, which it's like again understandable, but not crazy about it. Like especially when you have some Spider-Man and like with just really cool art styles and designs, just stuff that's
Yeah.
really interesting and fun. And then you see like all these like background ones that are very generic, and they just look very plain. And it's like I would have liked to see a little more variety.
A little
I
better.
understand. Yeah, I understand why not, but I would have liked it. It's not a huge knock against it. It's not really a knock
Yeah.
against it. I understand, but it would have been nice.
What did you guys think about the live-action Spider-Man?
They had quite a bit
was-
of live action in
I
that.
didn't really like the live action integration.
I didn't like it at all,
Yeah,
actually.
I didn't like that. I don't like confirming that. Oh, this is just that animation. Yeah, that's actually it. And live action, that's actually live action. Like
Yeah.
it's like I
I wasn't a huge fan of it at all.
I didn't like it. I
I
don't
would
like that
have,
decision.
rather had them had like an animated Andrew Garfield, like
Yeah.
those universes, like this is all animated. Well, but then
I would.
then they also have like the Lego and stuff. I mean, like
Oh, I really liked
I
that.
like the Lego. Did you know the Lego was done by like a 14-year-old? By the way, I saw
What?
that on
What?
Twitter. I saw it on Twitter. That was like one of the big spoilers I saw for the movie. Was there was a Lego section and it was animated by like a 14-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah. which is crazy.
How'd they get that past a union?
You can only
Oh, they
work-
just didn't pay him. Oh,
You
that's
can
right.
only
True,
work 2
true.
hours a day, kid. You can't.
Writers, what are you doing? What about this animator child? What about him? No, I'm sure it's fine, but I'm sure
Honestly,
they compensated.
Obviously,
him.
that 14-year-old making
Yeah.
bank.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you get a movie on your portfolio and you're 14, like,
Freaking,
yeah.
It was a great movie.
yeah.
I bet
it's
it's
a
gonna give
good
you
movie, too.
free Lego sets.
Like, man, he did a good job. If that's true, I saw it on Twitter, so who knows?
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Oh.
but you know, it's like, I think it's true. Why would people lie on the internet?
Why would anybody do that?
Why would anybody do that? But either way, really cool section. I thought it was really funny that he was one of their
Yeah.
best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I
You're
would've-
one of the best, Peter.
You're one of the best, Peters.
Beep boop, beep boop.
I would have loved to see him in the chase. That would have been great. He should have been there. He's one of the best. What are you
It
doing?
just takes so long for him to get anywhere.
He was too busy saving his
Well,
world.
we don't know if he scales up or not. Maybe he would be like super short, like Spectacular Spider-Man. He wouldn't scale at all. But maybe he's just massive.
Well,
He's
no,
this
I'm thinking he's like
massive
he's like Lego
figure.
set size compared to everybody else.
It would be really.
He's like
fun.
gets on his eye.
I mean, it would be really funny if he was just this giant minifigure. It would be really funny. I'm just saying.
But then they have to do the movement of him like being slow.
No, you don't have to do that.
They totally could have done it. These are the guys who made the Lego movie. They totally could have done it. Like they try. I think they copyrighted that like animations like technique that they used to do that. Or
Really?
or at least they tried to. Sony
Yeah.
definitely tried to. I don't know if they won that or not, but like they could totally pull it off. They could totally pull it off. Would have been a rad. You could do it. It's right there. So disappointed now. Peter Park's car was cool. He was
Peter
there.
Park's car, I didn't even catch that until this
I
time.
know, which
Yeah.
is funny. Just like him, he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
Man, that would be weird. You go to multiverse and you're just like, "Hi, this is you, but as a car." Oh. Oh.
What am I
What?
like in this?
What?
What are my
Oh.
hobbies? What?
Do you have to pee?
No, haven't you seen Cars 2?
No,
It's
no.
getting an oil change.
Oh, okay, got you.
So wait, is the whole universe Cars then?
I assume the universe where it comes from is all Cars, which also would introduce all of the problems with the movie Cars world building.
Cars
into
has
that.
no problems in its world building.
Or is a car saving a human's world?
No, that's not true. Maybe it was just a universe where they built a car that was pretty cool and named it Peter.
Just gain sentience.
Maybe, I don't know. But it's like, if he does come from a universe of all cars, why does he have seats? What are those for? Shouldn't he just have like a flat piece of metal in the back? What function does that serve? How does Car Society work? How does Cars...
Watch Cars.
Is there a Cars Pope? Ah, we need to know.
No! That means there was a Jesus car who died on the cross. No! I don't
You
want
guys
to
are
think
making
about
fun
it.
of Cars 2. I don't like it.
No, I like.
I mean, everybody makes fun of Cars too a little bit. It's normal, Nathan. I don't know. That's a funny question.
What else did you like?
Spider Rex was cool.
Oh yeah, I thought Spider-Man.
That was cool. Spider Cat was okay.
Yeah, it was fine.
It's a cat, so I'm never gonna fully endorse it, but it was fine. I thought like the hairball thing was disgusting, just like cats. I'm picking a little too much, but you know, I thought it was funny. I thought it was fine. I like Spectacular Spider-Man showing up. I don't really like how he looked.
Yeah, like a weird midget.
You're not supposed to say that in the real podcast. That was for the
He
bloopers.
literally looks like he looks like a
No.
Jawa. Like he's.
Oh, like who was that? Who is this guy? He's so short. He's so much shorter than everyone else.
He definitely stands out. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Man, that would be another way to easily differentiate them. Would just make some more height differences.
Yeah.
Because they're all pretty close in height. So make a couple that are really tall. Make a couple that are a little more muscular.
Well, there were several that were like cyborg beings that were really big.
There was one that looked like a post-apocalyptic one with like a gun.
That was pretty cool. That one was pretty cool.
One complaint with him, he shot at him, which he could have killed him. I don't think that's what they wanted to do.
He knows they all have spider reflex. There's no way.
He shot into this massive machine. I don't know if that was a good idea. Like, it's cool, but also, like, I don't think that's what he should do. I don't know if he's a background character. I have no idea if it's in character for him to just try to kill somebody.
Just bam. Solution 1, kill.
Like, okay, we're gonna kill him, right, guys? That's the plan, right?
Well, that's better than having him disrupt the cannon.
It's not necessary when you have like a billion spider people, though.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man is like the best character to restrain somebody, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's like when you've got a billion of them, I don't think you should be shooting like an actual gun.
Maybe he doesn't have web shooters. Maybe all he has is guns.
His guns are his weapons.
He just blows up the ground below.
It's not. Yeah. Bam. It's not even a web shooter.
The city needs to be completely rebuilt every night. He's just blasting off buildings.
Stop letting Spider Nuke out! Stop it! He keeps killing people.
The J. Jonah Jameson, his world's Jameson is just like actually like scared to death of the Spider-Man. Late last night, the Spider-Man has destroyed all of the city again.
No, if he's scared to death of him, he doesn't call him a menace. He's just like, late last night, our hero Spider dude was pretty cool.
He took out the villain while I'm doing some minor casualties to the road.
There's some collateral, but I mean, it's worth it. He's a hero, guys. Don't look him in the eyes. Don't look him in the eyes.
He said New York had its chance, and then
He said New York had its chance, and then just destroyed the rocket ship filled with baby New Yorkers.
Oh my goodness!
No, don't do it, Spider Nuke. Don't do it. I like this design, but yeah. I was like, I don't think it should be shooting
Make
at
a
him.
whole movie off of him. Nah.
I mean, easy. He is a menace. Like, actually. It's the one universe where Spider-Man is actually a menace, but J. Jonah Jameson refuses to call him one. It's like, well, one time it's justified, he won't do it. It would have been funny to see stuff like, I don't know, J. Jonah Jameson Spider-Man. That would be pretty funny. Just going like, you're all menaces. You're all menaces. I hate you. I hate all of you. Like you could do stuff like that pretty easily. Like that would be funny. I would like to see stuff like that, man. There's just so much you can do with that, you know?
Oh yeah.
There's so many ideas you can run with. But like Spider-Man is the big one I missed. Spider's Man.
Oh, Spider-Man. Maybe he'll be in the sequel.
Maybe I wanted.
I doubt they'll introduce him. Well, they might introduce.
Yeah.
I can call the next one a sequel, right? Even though it's the third one in the trilogy.
Yeah.
It's a sequel to this one.
It's a sequel.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, like Empire Strikes Back is a sequel to New Hope.
Yeah, but is Return of the Jedi a sequel?
Yeah, Return of the Jedi is a sequel to Empire.
Okay. That's what I was asking, if I was okay in calling the
Is
third
Rocky
one
3 a sequel to Rocky? Yeah, it is. Like,
all right.
Yeah, you can definitely.
Okay.
It doesn't matter that it's the third one. It's all like coming out of
the same universe.
Yeah,
okay.
Anybody who gets on you for calling it a sequel,
okay.
It's like that's a little bit.
Maybe all of the comments of this thing will be it's not a sequel.
It's actually a threequel.
Put your opinions in the comments, everybody.
Yeah.
Baby Giraffe just is hated
yell at Baby G in the comments. Call him a baby.
It's call me by my proper name. How insulting.
Yeah. But Spider-Man would have been funny. Like to just see this, like I said, imagine like Miles goes for a handshake, grabs the hand, and it just spiders just crawl all over his hand, and he just freaks out. It'd be good.
Yeah, that would be
a good little gag. There's so many good gags you could do with a character like Spider-Man. He's pretty good for comedy.
Yes.
And honestly, before like anything about the sequel was revealed, I was kind of hoping they would have like a new like group of Spider, like different dimension. Of course, you could bring back a couple. Like Gwen, of course, you would want to bring her back. But I thought it was going to be like a new story with a new group. of like Spider people, maybe like 2099, Gwen, Miles, and Spiders Man. You bring the Spiders Man. He can be one of the wacky ones, you know. Bring in Spider Rex, sure, do it.
Oh, that'd be hard to do.
Yeah, make a whole like can he talk? Like what? Is his world all T-Rexes?
Well, no, I mean you do it the same way they did in Meet the Robinsons. It would be fun.
Yeah.
Tiny arm.
Give him a little hat.
Yeah, just make him Meet the Robinsons dinosaur. The bowler hat is actually the Spider-Man. I don't know. I think they did a pretty good job with the different gags, but I would have liked more variety with some of the background characters, at least in terms of like height and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, why not have just like a tiny Spider-Man? Why not have one that's just like the size of a Polly Pocket? Why not? Go for it.
A Barbie version.
Yeah, do it. Do it. Foreshadow the most anticipated movie of the summer. Do it. Make him Ryan Gosling. Do it. It'd be funny.
What did you guys think of the ending?
You mean like particularly like when he's sent to the wrong universe?
The wrong universe.
Oh,
Yeah.
I picked up on that right away the first time.
I did too.
Well, I mean, when it said World 42, I'm
World
like, oh yeah,
42.
he's being sent to the other one.
Yeah, that was obvious.
Or when his mom said, "What did you do to your hair?" I'm like, "Oh, like
It
right
was
away."
Well,
super obvious.
No, it was as soon as I saw World 42. Like,
Okay.
They definitely left hints for people who didn't catch that.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people would catch it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it was pretty obvious, pretty clear. But I don't know. I wish it was a little less clear, just because then it would make the reveal a little more surprising.
Yeah.
Because it was pretty obvious to me what
Yeah,
happened,
same.
and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if you like
Well,
notice.
I think to the typical person, it wasn't. 'Cause I think I went and watched it with 4 other people, and neither of them picked it up
Okay.
right away.
Okay.
You're just over there maniacally laughing.
It's like, I saw this coming. I knew.
So it's
I
a
knew.
mile away.
Do you get it?
Mi-
You saw it miles away.
Oh.
You can groan now if you want, audience.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
the
was-
one that he went to, the World 42,
Mhm.
was the Miles that is now the Prowler. Was he supposed to be Spider-Man,
I don't
'Cause
think
then-
there's
No, I don't
any
think
way to
so.
tell.
or was it supposed to be like a normal Peter?
There's no way to tell for sure.
Yeah, I assume it was a Peter just because
Probably.
of how similar
Most
everything
of them
was.
are Peters. Yeah,
But yeah. So.
I'm not sure.
But the captain was still his dad, so the captain that would have died could have still been
Well,
close.
Miles Morales being Spider-Man in the first place is like should not have happened.
Yeah.
That so him being there is like
I mean,
in and of itself.
but
is-
you don't know who the spider was supposed to bite in that universe
Yeah,
anyway. So
yeah.
there's no. It could have been. It
could
could
have
have been him.
maybe.
But there's no way to tell. His universe doesn't look very nice.
no, it's like on fire.
Yeah, it's on fire.
Which, like,
It's-
how did
yeah.
he not notice, like, Spider-Man, that it was the wrong universe before then? Like, when because he wasn't popped up in that room. He had to get there. How did he not, like, oh, this
Well,
world
he
is
was-
not mine. It's completely different.
That's what all that like animation stuff was. I was confused if that was actually happening or if that was an exaggeration. I think it was just an exaggeration of what he was thinking about at the time, like a visualization of that, where like all the tentacles and stuff are like all that
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
is
yeah.
like
He's
flashing
mind-
and he's racing forward.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of freaking
I
out
kinda
a
know
little
what I
bit.
thought.
Yeah, so I think that's why is the excuse was he was just focused and kind of freaking out.
Nah, because his dad, he doesn't know if his dad has died yet or not, so.
His dad's in danger.
Yeah.
He said he knows he has 2 days.
But as soon as he gets in there, he's
Right.
like, are you okay? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. You should have 2 days, is what the computer said. But
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
What did it say? Like 2 days according to the what was it?
To the algorithm or the
Yeah.
program or
Yeah.
whatever, something like that. So, I can believe he didn't realize until. But like, there's one thing that kind of, I don't know, because you have the live action versions. Like, what do the characters see with the different art styles? Do they see the different art styles, or do they see their version of the art style?
I assume
Like-
they do because
Right.
Gwen said, "Oh, are you made out of paper?" Or whatever.
Right,
So she
so-
can obviously tell something's different about him.
Okay, yeah, that definitely confirms that.
Yeah.
So it's like, so would the backgrounds, would the environments look weird to them since they're in a different universe?
Yeah,
because
I
like
would-
the
I would
backgrounds
say
are
so,
definitely different.
absolutely.
It's like what is?
Because Noir,
Yeah.
like, was he able to see color in the first one? No, he couldn't, right?
I think he actually could he with the Rubik's cube or no?
No,
That's what I was asking
He couldn't
about.
see the colors on the Rubik's Cube. He was like, I'm puzzled by this thing.
Well, I thought he
but I don't
could.
know.
And the thing was he didn't, like, when he was is this purple? No, red, because he was trying to learn the colors.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Like, he had no idea what he could still see color. He just
he
didn't
never,
know what they
he
were.
never had before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I think that's
So.
probably right.
Like, you go to Gwen's world and the background is literally changing, like,
Yeah.
back and forth.
I like that the background like changes based on like the emotion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In hers. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the music too. Like,
Which again, that's another thing that I'm questioning. It's like if the backgrounds change based off their emotions, have people in universe notice that, and do they like use that at all? Because like, like
sure, why
if
not?
I mean, it's just a question. Like it's not like a plot point or anything, but like just kind of an interesting thing to think about is like, do people in her universe, are they like they can tell each other's emotions because the backgrounds around them change, like the environment like changes colors around them? It's like oh.
You can tell when someone's sick because
You don't think
Because it's just dripping vomit on
it's just green and like
slimy.
They have a fever. It's all like red and
It's red and puffy and just
they're tired. It's all blurry. It's
we haven't really talked about 2099. Like, I thought the way he was introduced was really good, except for I didn't like how like the first fight he was in, like he was undershadowed and like he needed help in the first one. I was like, because he's like super powerful, but then he couldn't take down the Vulture in the first fight.
I think the Vulture was kind of a weird choice to make it for like a villain he couldn't take down.
well, he got him.
I mean, on his own.
He did.
He had to call him back up.
Yeah.
She didn't help at all.
I know.
Like he was
that's
about to cut his rip into his neck like with his teeth.
That's the thing. I don't think he should have called for backup. I think he should have just done it by himself. Like, because he clearly could. He was clearly powerful enough.
Okay, that's fair. But also,
Oh, I love the fight. Yeah.
yeah, it's a good fight.
Yeah, when he takes the mask off and his face is still dark and you can only see his like teeth and his eyes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that is so cool.
It was cool.
When he shot the stuff into him, is it like making himself a vampire too, or like what is that?
I imagine that's to
What's
counter
his
the
or
vampirism.
what is
or
his
whatever.
backstory? Like he is a vampire, or
Honestly,
I think he is. I think that's
Yeah.
why I think the thing is his world. He is so old. Like he's advanced so far. I think that wasn't that the reason he was able to perfect the multiverse, like traveling through the multiverse.
I don't know if that's in the movie. I didn't notice anything that explained that.
I didn't.
but-
I didn't think.
his world was obviously far more
world
advanced.
His world is incredibly.
But shouldn't all
technologically
worlds
advanced.
started at the same time? Or no, because the Renaissance world, like
There's no
That
way
was
to
weird.
tell.
It's a
So-
dinosaur. Because all the 2D worlds, they're never going to be able to advance
Yeah.
as much as like the 3D
No,
world.
because they're all not all the 2D worlds aren't going to be able to advance. It's just that like the cartoon worlds. It's like they're
Yeah.
like limited in how like how does a cartoon society work? Is it just like if it's funny it can happen, or like do they actually have to have like
physics
researchers?
are completely
and,
different.
like, do they have to develop technology, like, or do they just like wait till the next episode comes out? All right, I guess the animators are gonna give us a spaceship this week, guys. Like pretty cool. Let's hope they don't make it blow up or something. It's like I don't know. There's a lot of questions you can ask about multiverse stuff. I think generally it avoids those problems. I think like the I forget, fatalism, I guess is the right term.
Yeah.
The fatalism kind of messes with things a little bit. I'm not crazy about that idea. I don't.
What do you think about time travel? Do you think they're going to introduce that in the next
Oh,
movie?
please
Oh,
no.
please no.
Please
I
don't.
hope not.
I really hope not, but I kind of think they might.
Really?
Well, that's not.
Why? There's
'Cause
no
I
need.
think
Not even entertaining the thought.
Oh my word! If you can multiverse and time travel are both like the two
I know.
messiest things in fiction. Like they're so difficult to keep straight.
Yeah.
But you put the two together,
I know.
that's gonna be awful. That's like
I'm thinking he's gonna fail the first time, and then he's gonna find some way to time travel and go back and
Really?
do it again. I don't know. That's just a thought. I'd
hope you're
hope
wrong.
they do not.
I hope you're wrong. I really.
Listen, I hope I'm wrong
you're
about Win dying too. So.
I mean, yeah, I hope you're both wrong. Honestly, sorry
Yeah,
guys.
I hope we're both
I
wrong.
hope we're both wrong
Yeah.
as well.
Man, oh, that would suck so much. But I mean, I've been wrong about that before.
Of course,
The
one of the
next-
only reasons
the next
I thought-
The next one's called Beyond the Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what that means exactly. Might be about like going.
I think it's more feelings like beyond just being Spider-Man. I think it's more like safe.
I don't know.
I've got no clue.
I
I don't know. I mean, it
We'll
could.
see trailers
Maybe
come
they'll
out.
go in between like the bindings of the different universes or something. I don't know.
I hope it doesn't mean like actual.
He'll like
distance.
swim around in the
Yeah.
code like in Wreck-It Ralph and change the.
He'll wake up and realize it was the Matrix all along. It's just like, oh no, this was actually Ready Player One, you guys. I'm sorry. It just that would stink.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? Hopefully it's good.
Hopefully it's good.
I have faith.
Yeah.
After
this one, yeah, I
Yeah.
hope it's just similar to this one.
This one was good. This one was good. I don't think it was as good as the original, but I do think it was good. But I hope the next one's better.
Oh yeah, me too.
Hope
Yeah.
the next one's at least
At least
it doesn't ruin
it's
the
good.
first two. We're good.
Well,
It's gonna be
I want
hard
more, I want
if
more of the
it's
villain.
bad,
That's
yeah.
mostly what I want.
Which obviously they're going to.
Which I-
hopefully. They got it.
Obviously, hopefully. I love that statement.
Yeah, I mean they're going for a lot, like they're introducing the other Miles Morales as the Prowler and like all that stuff, and having to get him out of that dimension and then get him back. It's like I don't know when the Spot's gonna be able to fit in. I don't know.
He's already there at the world.
I know, but like I don't know when they're gonna have time to interact. It's like
Miles Morales being the Prowler, I don't think so. Does that mean that his uncle was the Prowler and handed it down to him? Because I mean, he's only 15 in this universe, and he's the Prowler. I mean, like,
maybe.
did he
maybe
like
not.
go with his uncle for a while, get the, and then he handed it to him? But no, it's implying that like he became the Prowler and then
By himself.
I mean-
recruit his uncle, and he's freaking 15. Like, how does
It
this
do-
happen?
We don't know how that works.
We don't know if it was.
I will say,
And then his
this
mom,
like
his
Miles,
mom,
the Miles Prowler is way less cool.
No,
than-
he's lame. I don't like Miles
the other,
Prowler.
The Prowler from the first one was
Miles-
way better.
he
Miles-
was, yeah,
okay.
he was good in the
Miles
first one.
Prowler's kind of a dork, honestly. I'm not crazy about his design or. Yeah, I don't like him very much. Maybe I'll change. I would have preferred Uncle Aaron be the Prowler again.
Oh
just
yeah,
because
dude, that
that's
punch
so-
he
he was-
made. Oh,
the punch, the attitude. That Uncle Aaron, super cool.
oh yeah.
He's got a really cool design. He's,
Oh yeah.
He's very intimidating. It could have been pretty cool, but
Yeah, I feel like I'm less intimidated by the actual Prowler.
Oh, I am
than the
sign-
psychic or
I
whatever.
am significantly less intimidated by the actual Prowler
Yeah.
than Uncle Aaron.
He like
Uncle
comes
Aaron,
down, swings down, like that's not cool. What do you?
Yeah.
Yes, Spider-Man. What?
Your braids look kind of dorky. I don't know. Your hair's just kind of.
How do you make your sound effect not cool? Like, how does anyone with your sound effect not be cool?
Yeah.
It's like your normal voice is cooler than.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about him, but maybe I don't
Honestly,
know.
we saw like 2 minutes of him, so I
Yeah,
don't know,
yeah,
maybe-
yeah.
maybe
It totally,
20
it can
seconds.
totally
I can
change.
change it in between.
It
the
can
next
totally
movie.
change. But not crazy about it right now. Not a good first impression, I guess, but
Yeah.
they could totally make it better. There's just gonna be a lot to juggle in
Yeah.
the second one, or the third
Third
one.
one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There's going to be a lot.
It's going to be, yeah.
juggle,
They got their work cut out. for
which
them.
is why I'm a little worried about Spot's development.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like that's really important. That really needs to happen,
Yeah, that's.
and
yeah.
it might not, just because there's so much other stuff going on. It might get like a little bit of time instead of the time it really needs, and that would
That'd
stink.
be a shame.
That would definitely make this one weaker. In
Yeah,
retrospect,
depending on the next movie, could change my
it
opinion
could-
on this movie.
it could make this movie terrible. If
But
if
overall,
they
this
flunk it.
movie did not ruin the.
really.
This movie
Like-
did not ruin the previous movie.
I
Like,
mean,
it'd be hard to make a movie that would completely mess up.
Oh
this
yeah, well
movie.
obviously.
Like,
But I
true,
mean, like,
true.
I
But
mean,
I'm
like
just
you can
saying.
think of like Endgame. It partially did Infinity War.
No, don't say that. Infinity
Or,
War.
or like obviously
Endgame doesn't exist.
Okay,
What are you
obviously,
talking about?
Obviously, like the
The
Last Jedi
Marvel
did to
universe,
Force
yeah.
Awakens. I mean, like it
I mean, The
kind
Force
of,
Awakens
okay.
already had problems, but yeah.
Oh, obviously,
It's like-
yeah,
But like,
I guess
obviously
that is a
it's
good
two.
example.
Obviously, it's two horrible movies and two good movies. But like the next movie can alter.
I would say
Oh.
the best example I can think of off the top of my head is Pirates of the Caribbean 2 and Pirates of the Caribbean 3. 3 makes 2 a lot weaker in retrospect. It's like 2
See,
is
I don't know.
is
See,
good, but
I
like
thought
3,
the first 3 were all good, and then the 4th and 5th one were.
3
I
is
see.
3 is iffy.
For me,
4 and 5 are.
5 is the worst.
Pirates
5
of-
is yeah. 5
I've
is
probably
bad.
seen the third Pirates of the Caribbean twice. I've seen
Yeah.
the second one probably 5 times.
I love the second
Like
one.
it's. I just don't even consider
I-
watching a
I
third
know,
one.
it's just-
If you
just-
could just forget the.
It's just the thing is like
word.
when you like let's say the next one Beyond the Spider-Verse is bad and it's terrible and it doesn't pay out any. It's just
really
gonna
down,
know
But yeah.
you're gonna watch this movie and you're gonna go, this is a pretty good movie, and then you're gonna realize all this stuff that's being built up doesn't go anywhere. It's all ruined. It doesn't matter, and that's just gonna make it a little
doesn't make
weaker.
it itself bad.
I'm not
though.
saying it makes
just-
itself bad. I'm just saying all that buildup is for nothing, and in retrospect, it's not going to look
Obviously,
as
yeah, it's a good movie.
appealing. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it actually like decreases the quality. It's just gonna make it look worse. Maybe be less enjoyable because you don't. It's why some people don't watch.
But that's
Star
not
Wars
gonna happen.
anymore.
I have faith.
Yeah.
This next movie is gonna be good.
I
Yeah.
do too. I'm pretty excited about
I think
it.
I think it'll
if
be
it'll
good.
be as good as the first 2, I don't know. They just have a lot of things to do to make it that good. But
Yeah, it would take a lot to make it. The first one is super solid. Super solid.
But this is not talking about the movie as much, but I just wanted to bring this up. Like, you've got Marvel where they're trying to introduce new characters at the expense of their old characters,
Right.
yeah.
and it's not working as well as they would like it to be.
Yeah.
Right? No one watched the Miss Marvel show. Okay,
There wasn't a Miss Marvel show.
what was it called?
There wasn't a Miss Marvel show.
You
There
mean
wasn't a
She-Hulk?
show about. Miss
No,
Marvel.
so the new Marvel's movie. It's got Captain
Right.
Rambeau. It's got Miss
Oh
Marvel.
wait,
and the-
yeah, you're right. There is a Miss Marvel
I was
show. What
gonna
am I
say,
talking about?
you never watched it.
No, I
Sure.
didn't. I didn't watch it. It
You tried to
came.
gaslight me.
It came and it went, man.
You
Like,
idiot! You know what you're talking
I
about.
genuinely
I-
forgot it existed. That's
Okay.
like there's so many.
I
Marvel
literally was like
things-
trying to do a double take. I'm like, her name is Miss Marvel.
There's so many like it's like the Hawkeye show. It's like I don't remember the Hawkeye show most
Yeah.
of the time. It's
Not
like
really, because it's useless and boring
Yeah.
and crap.
But then you've got these movies.
official review. Official review.
You've got the Spider-Verse movies where you're introducing a new character, Miles Morales.
Yeah,
And people are actually getting really invested in his story.
because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
well written and he doesn't demean any of the previously established characters.
Yeah.
No.
He's not. It's not done at the expense of the other characters, and it's done well.
Oh yeah.
So it's got both of those things going for it. So people aren't opposed to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like, they're not trying to say that Peter Parker is not Spider-Man and that he doesn't exist or anything. They're not like trying to go, oh, he was a terrible person and he sucks and he's awful and he's stupid.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things do. Like it seems like the new Indiana Jones is going to do. They did it with Luke. They did it with Han Solo. They've done it with so many characters and they keep doing it. And it's like even She-Hulk. She-Hulk spits in the face of Hulk and all the stuff he's been through. Because, there's so many characters that just they're trying to make a thing. They want them to replace the old characters.
Yeah.
And they're doing it at the
So
expense
they can
of
keep
them.
making money.
Right.
Yeah.
This
But
one.
I would point to the Spider-Verse movies to being like,
Yeah.
okay, this
You
is
can-
a way to introduce new characters, and you completely focus on them and their own actions, not at the expense of other characters that we like.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
huge fan
I'm,
of the new
I'm a
characters.
big fan of that. Which is good because in the comics, from what I've heard, it didn't seem like they did much with it. Like it didn't seem like they were nearly as respectful with the stuff that's been adapted into Spider-Verse, that original stuff, or not so original stuff, but it's like the source material sort of. It's like which from what I've heard about the Spider-Verse comics, sounds like they were pretty bad. And so,
I haven't heard any
Wow.
comics in general from
Yeah.
Marvel.
I hear little things here and there, but you know, from what I've heard about Spider-Verse comics, they're pretty bad. But they do go into like this sort of fatalist stuff too, which I don't think is the greatest idea. It's probably not what I would do with the plot. I don't.
Yeah.
It's fine. I don't have a problem with them going with like this direction, but it does introduce some problems that I'm not sure they've taken care of. I'm a little concerned about, you know.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of directions you could have gone with this movie that wouldn't have had those problems and that would have been very effective. Like, still, probably even more so, like, in some aspects. But of course, like, you can say it could have been better to anything. So it's like, if this was my job and I was going to come up with a pitch for the sequel, this isn't what I would have come up with.
Okay.
You know?
For this movie, like, you wouldn't have. Okay.
No, this is not the fatalist stuff.
View of it.
Not like destiny. And
Yeah,
all that
I already
stuff,
talked
yeah.
about what I would change. You might
Yeah.
have that view of the canon. I might keep that, but I'd make it more there's just certain groups, and you we're not exactly sure where some of them may lie.
Yeah.
That's where I would put it.
I would definitely make it more unsure, unclear, a little more.
And you can
loose.
still have 2099 be super hard against breaking canon.
Oh yeah, you can do that. You can do that with
just because of the risk.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah.
And you can still have the rules be a little more loose, and like you could do it the way you had it, where it's more like groups of different spider people, but like, or you could do it where it's like a branching tree, or like a web, where you know it's like there are a bunch of different events on the web, but you're not going to experience all of them necessarily. It depends on what path you go down.
Yeah.
You know, it could be like a branching tree in like a story game, like a Telltale game or something. But that makes it sound really cringe, so don't put it that way. Spider-Man will remember this. But yeah, I like Miguel O'Hara a lot. Like,
Oh yeah.
pretty good character. Like the backstory, his costume is rad.
Oh man.
I love his
Dude,
costume.
He is so cool.
I love his costume.
The sword thing, spikes things like
Oh
that.
yeah, dude. When I was a kid, I would always imagine myself with like shoulder or elbow spikes.
Oh, I would imagine myself with the Batman ones. I was like,
No, I wasn't smart. I thought that it would be cool to have like spikes coming out of my elbow.
Oh, my leg!
Exactly,
Like those-
exactly why you wouldn't want to have that. But I mean, like, it does appeal
But
to
his, yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
I don't know, they're like tech or somehow, like
Yeah, I think he can
jut out
adjust
and-
his.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they.
like his cape, like you can just appear and reappear.
Yeah.
Like it's tech.
Same for his mask. And
Technology.
everything.
Yeah. Which I'm glad.
It's like
not.
he's like an
I am.
Iron Man.
God didn't take away his
Yeah.
clothes. Is that what you were gonna say?
No,
Oh.
I was gonna say I'm glad not every Spider-Man is like nanotech masked. But,
Oh yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I'm glad they didn't take away his clothes.
Oh,
that would be awful.
Good thing they didn't make any jokes about
absorbed
that.
his
Yeah.
Miles absorbed his energy and
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
that's-
Okay, I see.
No, instead it was like glitching out. But
I
yeah,
got it's a good thing my clothes grew with me. Like
that's
that.
a good movie.
Yeah.
Like,
My clothes grew too.
Ew, cool. I'm gonna beat you up and wear your clothes.
That was weird. That's
Great
a
movie.
great movie.
Yeah, I liked him a lot. I thought he was very cool. I'm a little confused about the vampire stuff. That's not a problem or criticism. I'm just confused about it.
yeah, I don't know much about him, so yeah.
Yeah. Was he
Hopefully they'll explain more.
Was he gonna kill Vulture when he bit him? Was he going to kill him?
I think he was just trying to knock him out.
I don't know. Like
I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. He was
watched CS. Why?
he was trying to bite him, and it looked cool. But I mean, like, I don't know what that was gonna do. Would it
Yeah.
turn Vulture into a vampire? Wouldn't that have broken canon?
Vampires don't turn other people into vampires by
Yes,
biting
they
them.
do. Yes, they do.
Okay,
They totally do.
There's
Some
different- there's
okay, I'm
different
sure there are
kinds of
some
vampire.
versions.
They're definitely
Most just
That's you're thinking of zombies?
No, it's because you bite them
No,
on the
zombies
neck.
bite people and they become zombies. That's how it
Vampires bite people on the neck and they become vampires.
no.
No,
What?
they become dead.
Most
No!
most suck their blood.
Most
Yeah.
of them,
like
but
eat them.
I know most of them suck their blood, but it also turns people into vampires. That's how vampires are made. They bite other people.
It's different.
No, it totally
It's-
happens.
There's different.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what I'm saying.
I
Yeah.
mean, I know there are
There's-
different versions, but that's like a classic vampire trope. What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
What?
Like,
You're not gaslighting me. This is not. No.
Obviously, I know what you're talking about. Like, yeah, I've seen it where they become vampires
Yes.
too. But
Yeah.
I've also seen
What-
where they
what-
just take
Give me an example. I'm sure because I might have seen something like this.
I don't even know specifics because it's like every vampire thing I've seen.
No,
It happens
most of like
with
I've
all
come
of
to
them.
suck your blood, and no, they just
Die.
take their blood. They don't,
No,
they don't become vampires.
not always.
Okay,
Not always.
I'm gonna be
That's what
honest.
Yeah, I know not
almost
always,
all
but
of my
like-
monster mythology comes from Scooby Doo, so like the
Yeah.
vampires and that they're just killing people. Like they don't actually turning other people into
Are they actual
vampires.
vampires though, Nathan?
Not usually,
There
but
you go.
there in some Scooby Doos there are vampires,
I'm
and they
pretty
still talk
sure.
about like the
Yeah.
real monsters, even if they.
Vampires can make other vampires by biting them. They don't always do it, but they can.
They
Okay.
can. Okay.
Okay? I'm pretty stinking sure. I'm pretty sure that's what happens in the original book Dracula. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
that happens. He bites the lady, and she's gonna turn into a vampire, and they have to prevent her from like, coming back to life as a vampire once she's dead. I'm pretty sure that happens.
I thought the only way.
Okay. I'll have to read
I
Dracula.
thought the
and
only
see.
way. Like,
mean, I haven't read it,
more-
but
I
I'm
thought the
pretty
only
sure.
way more vampires came about was just repopulation. Just like they marry a human, and then they have a.
That's what I thought.
No.
I thought you could
like,
only
like
a vampire could only
like
have
Twilight.
No.
a vampire could only
No,
have
all-
a child through a human.
Vampires are dead. They can have kids. Not like that, no.
Well,
not most of the
Transylvania,
time.
Twilight, those
The
they-
monsters. That's what I'm thinking
the
about.
monsters are not a good example, man.
Oh, that's just what I've been. That's what I've
Okay,
seen.
okay,
So
well-
that's what I'm going
Well,
from.
all right, fine. Maybe they can't have kids. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's like some of them can, some of them can't. Vampire rules are inconsistent, as a lot of mythology
Yeah,
That's
is.
the thing. There's
Yeah.
so many.
But
yeah,
I'm right. It happens. It happens. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. Is it happens.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna Google
I wasn't.
it right
I
now.
wasn't drawing it. For
I can
nothing.
believe that it happens.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I can believe
That's
that.
how more vampires are made.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
What else do you want to talk about from this movie?
I get Spider-Punk's art style was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a little.
Yeah,
It was a little much the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
Just like hard to focus on what was happening.
I think that was. There were a lot of sequences or parts where like the backgrounds were kind of blurry, and that was a little distracting. I didn't remember that being nearly as prominent in Spider-Verse in the first one.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a change they made, but because I haven't seen Spider-Verse recently enough to notice something that small, but it does. I think it's different. I think it's a little different, but which I wasn't super crazy about it being that blurry.
I was fine with it.
I mean, I'm
Pretty
fine
fine with
with it. It's not a big deal, but I just like it was a little much for me, personally. It's just a subjective thing.
I looked it up. Was kind of right.
Oh,
So the two ways to become a vampire are either to die and be possessed by a spirit, or to be bitten by a
Haha!
vampire.
I did it.
That's what Google says.
sad day.
Gotcha.
But I mean, obviously, there's lots of movies and stuff that have vampires coming about by rebirth.
As someone who has been called a vampire, I know myself. Thank you.
Okay, I'm
The best shot
Yeah.
in the whole movie. They're on top of the bank building, and Gwen's like right side up, and then she just walks like backwards while turning around, and then upside down, like as one shot.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that looked so good.
I was cool. I don't know if I could call that the best shot in the movie.
I
There were a
love
lot-
There were
that.
so many good
There were a
shots.
lot
I
of
love
shots.
that shot so much.
It was
I
cool. It was
just
cool.
like-
I liked the detail of her having to pull herself like up to
yeah.
sit down.
Well, she puts her hair up, and then
Yeah, with the webs. Yeah,
yeah.
which I thought it was kind of funny because Miles didn't do that.
Well, he was like with his arm, and so he just like pulled himself up.
He was right side up, and then
Okay.
yeah, he did. She just did it for convenience. Obviously, she could.
Okay,
have. It just
gotcha,
would've-
gotcha.
Yeah, I just feel like it was just for convenience.
Okay, gotcha. I just thought it was funny that he didn't have to. It's just, like I guess he's just stronger. It's just better. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Sorry, Gwen. You gotta get good.
just get good.
Get buff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. Anything?
What was your favorite part of the movie?
Favorite part? Oh my gosh,
Hard question.
Yeah, that's a hard question.
Are you talking about scene or just like
yeah,
overall? Like
scene, picture.
I just said part, so whatever that means.
dealer's
Oh
choice.
my
Gotcha.
goodness.
The part before the credits.
I like the part where it started and the part where it ended made me sad because it was over.
Probably the fight scene where all the Spider-Mans are trying to chase him, but like mainly the part where he's going up in the train.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was
departing for the moon. That was pretty cool.
He's got a ticket to the moon. That's a good song. Good song. Yeah.
I believe you.
I don't know it, but sure.
It's Electric Light Orchestra. It's a good song.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I endorse it.
Thank you. So, your favorite part, Baby G?
Oh, definitely like the intro sequence with Gwen. Like,
Yeah.
that was my favorite part.
Oh, the music during that, by the way, at the beginning
Mm-hmm.
with the bass.
Oh yeah.
I like good bass, and that was nice bass. I
Whatever
liked that.
instrument played when she hugged her dad.
Ooh.
I didn't
the first
notice
time,
that.
The first time, whatever music was coming out of
When she
whatever
tur-
instrument that
when
was.
she turned around real fast, the background.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a.
Oh,
That was a good part.
That was good.
that was so good.
When he asked for a hug and it's just immediately there. Yeah.
Or you see her face about to turn right before.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I've seen it before. I was looking for. I was like.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I mean, because it felt instant the first time I watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just like she goes to him so fast. Like I like.
I
that.
really
I
liked
liked
the
that.
I don't know how long that intro part is, like 20, 15 minutes,
It's good.
10 minutes, but
It's
it's,
good. I
really
really like
good.
it.
Maybe
Yeah.
with 10, but yeah, it seems.
One thing we haven't talked about that we should probably talk about is irresponsible parents.
What do you mean?
There are two irresponsible parents in the movie. We
like
talked
Peter.
briefly about Peter.
Peter, okay.
And some of his irresponsibilities. Like he shouldn't be bringing the baby now that
Yeah,
he knows
yeah.
that
Who's
he's
the other
getting in
one?
trouble. Well, she's soon to be parent. She's the pregnant one, Nate.
Oh,
She's the
okay.
pregnant one.
Oh.
Yeah.
But she was only pregnant at the beginning. The rest of the movie, she didn't even have the child with her, and she wasn't pregnant.
No, she wasn't?
No. She
No.
was
It's
only
no.
in the opening scene.
It's
she was
been, yeah,
pregnant.
that's the only.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't notice.
And then we never
Yeah,
see
and
the
I can
noticed that.
assume like you get a call like, oh, Miguel needs help, like 29
Yeah.
needs help. Like, okay, sure, I'll have to go.
Probably should call the person who's not pregnant.
Because
Because you have a
between that
lot
first
of
fight
choices.
scene where she first gets the bracelet, there's several
Yeah.
months before she even meets Miles, and yeah, she's not pregnant after that.
Okay, got you. Well, if she's not pregnant after that, that's good. But still, that opening fight when she's pregnant. It's
Fighting well, she's a spider human.
Well,
Yeah,
like I said, she
still-
literally does almost nothing. Like she comes
True.
through, hits him, and then helps save the helicopter.
Then the
Yeah,
problem
putting webs
is
down
like
for the helicopter. But I mean,
That's
all
it.
you see is Gwen putting webs down for the helicopter. So I mean, yeah, she's not really doing anything.
yeah. Then the problem is like, well, why did he need backup? He didn't really need.
He
backup.
did. Yeah,
He
should,
didn't.
he
Yeah.
shouldn't have asked for backup.
Yeah, and
But
if he didn't ask for
I don't
backup,
think that's a problem. Well, except for it makes him a little less cool.
It was to introduce her. That's literally all it was.
Yeah,
That's
it
literally all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
he did not.
she also has to be there because she's the reason why he lets
Yeah, why do you
Gwen
think?
come with him.
Which still
Yeah.
he shouldn't
And
have
that
done because she
establishes
was
the
too
mentor
close to Miles
relationship
Morales.
and
Like he
everything,
did not
yeah.
want to bring her because she was too close to Miles Morales.
And he was probably
And-
right in that.
Yeah.
And he
probably-
was. She shouldn't have gotten Gwen. Cause, yeah.
Yeah, but like, still, it's
I don't know.
yeah. I would have
Yeah.
liked the justification.
And then why was Gwen the one sent to the
Yeah.
spot?
Mhm.
It was by
Well,
her. It was
Yeah,
by
well, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like,
Why did they-
She is
2099
not a good-
didn't know.
Not a good mentor.
Yeah, but why did she spend? She didn't want Jess Drew or Spider Woman. She didn't want Gwen to go see Miles anyways.
I know.
Yeah.
Why would you send
So
her
why
on
did-
that mission when Miles is there? You
Yeah.
idiot.
Well, she didn't want him. It wasn't like she was like, I understand you can see your friend real quick, but then you gotta get down to business. She was full on like, no, don't see him. You weren't supposed to see him at all.
See,
I
in my
know, that's
in
just-
my mind, I can imagine a scene that we're missing where like Gwen is like trying to ask but not really ask if she can go see Miles, and she is trying to say that she's not supposed to,
Right.
but doesn't outright say she can't, and that's why
That's
she
what I'm
sends
thinking.
her.
Obviously, she knows she's gonna go see him, and I think she's like under the
Right,
radar.
but the
But
thing-
she's keeping up the composure that you're not supposed to.
But the thing is,
just in case,
she
like,
That's
seems
just
seems-
in case like 2099.
exactly.
But I don't think that's in the movie though.
No,
I think
but
the
I
helmet
think
butt's right. I think it's pretty hard, like hardly
I think it's
implied.
Implied.
Maybe, but if so, it's not nearly enough. Like,
I
did
don't
not
know.
It's
get
kind of like
that.
the mentor teacher. Like sometimes they
Yeah, I understand, and I'd be
relationship
fine
there.
if it was clear, but it's not clear. Like, that's what's going
Okay.
on. Like, it seems like she's genuinely like, you shouldn't have done that. Like, genuinely, not like, well, you shouldn't have done that, but I kind of knew you were going to anyway. Like, I didn't.
Well,
get
that's
that
the
at
vibe
all.
I got.
That's
That's the vibe I got from it. So
I didn't get that at all.
Okay.
So-
when she first popped up, when like the place exploded, and it's like she's like, "What's going on?" Or no, how did it go? Like when like after Gwen just got there after he'd already gotten away,
Mhm.
and like the pregnant lady pops up, she's like talking to her, and I got it that it was implied that she
knew she had been out.
She knew she'd been out.
Well,
with-
I knew she knew she'd been out, but I didn't think she approved of her going to see Miles. Like,
I think that was
just
the
didn't
point.
see
She didn't
that.
want to.
She was
didn't want to
keeping up
know.
yeah.
She didn't want to
I-
know that she had
Again,
been out.
I understand what you're saying. I just didn't see it in the movie.
Okay.
Gotta watch it
Like-
again, man. Look
Yeah,
for
maybe-
that. We gotta put your notebook of every part we're looking for.
Maybe it's just because it's the first one. Maybe it's there and it's fine, but I think it would.
Maybe
have
we're
been,
seeing too much into it, but it
Yeah.
seemed like that's what I got.
I can
Yeah, that's what I
understand
got
you guys seeing that, but like I didn't get it. I would have liked to have that be clearer. You know, it's like maybe it doesn't have to be a scene like you suggested,
Mhm.
although that would be fine. That could totally
Yeah.
work, but
Make
you
it
could
longer, heck yeah.
just make it a little more clear or a little more heavily implied
Can't
through
wait
the
till deleted
dialogue.
scenes come out.
Yeah. Like it wasn't clear enough for me that like I don't know why you would, especially with how she acts about the rules later. She seems very
Yeah, she seems
committed
very
to them.
Up to the rules to so much where she'll get rid of Gwen later. But
Yeah. Like,
But I think the
She's
reason
just
she
like,
got
yeah,
her
it
in
was
the
a-
that's the reason she brought her in the first place is because she feels so bad for her.
right,
Yeah.
So.
right, which is like, I understand she's showing a little bit of leniency with her, but
Mhm.
still.
And then I think later she realizes that was wrong. No, you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
were
you can argue that.
exactly.
You can argue that. But
Exactly.
I would like to see that one part foreshadowed a little bit because it's weird that she's there, especially since so much is at risk. You
Yeah.
know, especially since they really don't want Miles involved. Shouldn't it send somebody that he
Yeah.
knows, or
Yeah.
should
What'd
send
you-
somebody who knows not to?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure Gwen wanted to go there. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the scene where
Which is why they shouldn't have sent her.
they sent her away back to her like 2099 back to her dimension? You be okay? We were okay with Peter allowing it
No,
like that.
I-
Okay.
I-
I wasn't
I
either.
wasn't. I think
Well, obviously he didn't want that to happen, but I don't think
I
he really
definitely-
could have
I-
done anything, especially because he had his baby with him, like go
Well-
up against all the Spider-Mans with. Yeah.
Well, he didn't have to like fight them.
He could
could've
oppose,
Just,
he
he
should-
could have just said, "Hey,
I
this
don't
is
remember.
wrong.
He didn't say
Like,
anything.
I
in
like
the
I
background.
just take her with me. I'll take her with me, or like something like that, like or just some sticking up for her of any
Yeah.
kind, some sort of resistance.
I don't remember her being sucked away. I remember thinking Miles, it took him forever for the 100%
Yeah.
progress. Her, she
Yeah,
was gone
yeah, I
instantly.
did
Well,
notice
he
that.
was
It
ripping
was
it
faster.
open. I can assume that.
I don't know.
Harmon.
Obviously, the
That's-
time duration of how
yeah.
long it took to teleport them away.
But that's the good faith thing. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm fine with doing the good faith thing. But it is like, yeah, there's
a
a
little
little
odd.
eyebrow raised. Just like, why did it take so much
The first
longer?
time I watched it, and she says, "We're supposed to be the good guys," and he goes, "We are." I'm like,
Yeah.
no one heard that, dude. And then he turns around and says, "We are," louder.
It's like-
Oh, okay. I feel like an idiot now. Like the first time I
Yeah.
saw it, the chase scene, I'm like, he can turn invisible. He should be invisible the entire fight. And then it turns out like he was leading them away
Yeah.
so he could come back as invisible.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Now I feel like an idiot. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, I was
I'm
thinking the whole
surpri-
thing.
I'm
I was thinking the whole
surprised-
time, like, why isn't he invisible?
I'm surprised that you don't have like thermal view or something.
well, that's
Well,
she
she
was.
tried-
I
she
liked
tried-
it. She
she
was
tried-
she was having different
His
visions on.
invisibility
Okay.
even
Like-
stops. Like, I don't know if it lowers. his-
No, he was in the ceiling. That was the
Yeah,
thing.
he was on the ceiling.
Like that's what she was looking around, checking like thermal. I don't know what she was checking, but
Okay.
it had like
She was
different
checking
filters.
night vision,
Okay.
thermal. I don't know what the other one was.
Which I thought I was like, oh, that is
yeah,
so cool.
I didn't catch that, but that's good. That's good. I was
Yeah.
I was worried about that, but
Yeah.
I definitely think Peter should have definitely opposed it as far as
Oh,
like,
yeah.
verbally.
How did she see him later? Like, she saw him through when he was being sucked away. It wasn't thermal though, because he would have been like all red. No, like she saw like
She saw. I don't know what version, like what vision it was that she saw him through,
But yeah,
I think it might have been a new
One
one.
of the filters
New
was-
one that she didn't try. I thought.
oh yeah, I don't know. But
Well,
one of them allowed her to see him. So.
When are you talking about?
When she sees him in the machine, he's
Oh.
still invisible. No one else can see him.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she can. But she
He
saw
doesn't.
him.
He doesn't come invisible until he starts clawing away.
Yeah,
Then he's
no.
like, well,
Okay.
it's already boom. Might as well go in.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I was.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
But no, he was still invisible before they.
But
found
she still
Yeah,
saw him with
okay.
one of her filters. So.
And she didn't do anything about it. Okay,
Mhm.
got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think. See, that's again one of. I just don't think that all the Spider-Men would be like so united in their opinions that they wouldn't voice any like complaints about.
Yeah.
Especially Peter B. Parker. Peter B. Parker is the like obvious choice. Like that's the one like character we know pretty well, and it's like yeah, he would not be like just standing there and going well.
Letting her be
yeah.
abducted and kicked out of the.
Yeah,
I really need to watch it back, see if he had any lines
especially-
there.
Especially if he knows he's
Yeah,
what
especially
she's
if he
going back
knows-
to.
Yeah,
I think any like well not any but like a lot of the Spider people whoever knew would be like okay yeah this is not good, and they would probably say hey this is not good, we shouldn't do that.
You know, the first time they capture Miles, like they're talking
Yeah.
about he's gonna be in there for 2 days. Like they all start arguing like with 2099.
yeah.
And I don't remember, but I thought that's kind of what happened like when she was being pulled away.
Nope.
But
No, I don't remember any
No.
that's right. Yeah, I don't
anybody
remember
complaining about it. Which I'm glad that Gwen and like Peter were complaining about what they were trying to do to Miles.
Yeah.
Which is like that's good.
It's
Probably
more
should-
like he was close
yeah.
to Miles, but wasn't really close to Gwen. But in the first movie, they're all really close.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, like even not. I don't even think they would have to be that close for him to complain about it.
Yeah.
Like
If it was
I
a
just-
random person, I still think he would have opposed.
Yeah, I think he would have said, "Hey, wait a minute," but like he doesn't say anything, and it's like I
Yeah.
don't like that. I think he should say something, but I don't know. Whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
Gotta wait till
It's
it
not a
comes
great
out
part.
on DVD or something to go back and look at all these spots.
I mean, I know that happens, or it
Yeah.
doesn't happen like it should. So, you know. But yeah, any other thoughts? Anybody else?
No. I think that's pretty good. Other than
Yeah.
Peter and the villain, those are the two really weakest links.
Yeah.
of the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about the fatalism stuff. I'm not crazy about that. I think it probably adds some issues to the plot that I haven't thought of, but not crazy about that idea. A lot of questions about that stuff. Gwen and Miles super solid. Good fit.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Cherubim on
Yeah.
top of the Ark of the Covenant, right?
Little much. Went on a little thick.
They're holding it all together.
Wait a minute. Yeah, art's really good.
Oh,
Animation's
really good.
Oh yeah.
We should. You can give a number score for it. What would you give a number score?
I
for
don't really
What,
like
out of
number
10
scores,
out of
but-
100.
it? Out of 10. Out of 82.
Out of
Well, then,
82?
If it's out, if, it's
No,
out
I'm
of,
just kidding.
if it's out of decimals, I mean, if it's out of 10, how many decimals can we go?
See, for me,
No decimals.
9.84.
I would. Okay,
Wow.
For me, out of a 10,
That's pretty
I
high.
would give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
8 out of 10.
It's pretty high.
I do. I think Gwen and Miles stuff is so good.
Right,
Like,
right.
even though like I do really dislike how little we get of the villain.
It's only 80%. You're only giving it 80%?
Yes, I am.
Only 80. Dude, okay, 5. Here, let me explain how, like,
Numbers
the 1
work?
to 10
You don't think
system
there's a whole bunch
works.
of movies that are like
It is
zero?
not the American
Is there
rating
anything
system.
that's a 10 then? There's got to be some 10s.
No Hamadaba.
I'm listening.
It is not like a grade. 80% is not a B. It is not average, okay? It's not pretty good. It's very solid, okay?
Very solid.
Middle of the road is 5.
Mhm.
Terrible is 1.
Mhm.
Great is 10.
Yeah.
8 is a good score. That's a
Oh,
very
heck
that is
yeah.
a solid
80%
score.
is
Yeah.
good in school too. What are you talking
Well,
about? You
right,
guys
but
got
I'm
higher
saying,
than
but
80s.
it's not. It's like in school, like a 50 is it's like a fail.
Fail.
You know, so we're not doing that
Yeah, yeah.
here. To clarify.
Obviously, 8 is a lot above average.
Yeah, it is a very good score.
But I mean, come on. How many movies do you see that are this good?
I've seen better movies.
Well, obviously,
I
it's
will
not a
admit,
10.
I've seen better
Obviously.
movies, but
What
I-
is it?
I'd give the first one a 9 out of 10.
Wow, that's really high.
It is. I would give it. I give the first one.
Mine
that.
is probably 1 point lower than both of yours. Mine is probably this.
So it's official. Agent M is giving this movie a 7 out of 10.
I mean, I don't really like number scores very much. I would say it's
Okay.
a pretty good movie. Like, pretty good movie. So,
Yeah.
definitely
Darn
recommend.
fantastic movie.
Definitely like.
All right, now how would I give it a number score?
Out of 10, 9. I'm giving
Nine?
it.
Okay.
Okay.
9 out of 10.
Yeah, so I would probably
9,
say
8, 7.
if you have to nail
Well,
it to another, it's
I mean, if
probably
there's decimals,
7,
it might be a little lower. I mean, that's if 10 is like perfection, which I
As-
don't know any movies that are perfection,
Yeah.
which would mean other movies are 9, which would mean this one's an 8.
I mean, a 10.
But like,
That's
Yeah.
literally you've cracked
yeah.
the code.
You did it,
That's
you did
literally
it,
what
man.
I did. Okay.
Yeah, you did it. Yeah, 8 is a good score. I don't blame you for picking 8. That's totally reasonable. I think 7 is. I don't know if I'd say this is my like objective rating as far as like
Yeah.
the best quality, but like as far as enjoyed it, solid 7. Like
Oh, yeah.
definitely, probably leaning a little.
but
higher,
I was thinking 9 more as other movies are 10.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking best movies to worst movies. There's no like obviously the best movies aren't perfect, but I'd still put some of them as.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
doesn't
yeah,
really make
you can.
sense,
10 being a perfect score, as far as
I mean, obviously
in
the movies
literal-
aren't perfect, but like
yeah.
just in ranks of movies as they
yeah,
go.
as far as
Yeah.
saying literal perfection.
Like if
it's
the
10.
only movie
Yeah.
we had ever seen was The Last Jedi, it would be a 5.
Oh, it would be yeah.
I don't even want to entertain the possibility. Like, oh,
You have one person
Obviously-
who's never seen any movie. You show them The Last Jedi,
just kidnap an
and it's a
Amish person.
5 out of 10.
Kidnap an Amish person and show him. It's like,
Wow.
no, what is this? It's so weird.
You should play this in every interrogation room.
Yeah,
It's great if you're blind.
Yeah, that's one thing,
honestly.
like,
if you're
I knew-
blind,
that's
and
This
deaf,
song is fire on mute. This-
Yeah, that's what I was
best
thinking.
song for deaf people.
My movie reviews would be like New Hope 10, and then
Yeah.
like Last Jedi a 1.
you're-
And that would make this
Yeah.
movie a 9. But if like there's no movies that are 10, then it'd be an 8.
Are you so like subjective? Just enjoyment. What you like? How much you liked the movie?
Oh, I loved it. It was.
Okay.
I thought the
I was gonna
So,
say I
humor
really liked
was
it
enjoyment.
too.
perfect.
Enjoyment was like a 10 for you, right? Or like a 9. It was really
Honestly,
high.
I don't. Yeah, I would.
I would say
Playing
it's-
basketball, like playing chess, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
the best hobbies to do. Like this is up there. I would watch this movie a lot.
Right,
So yeah,
right.
10.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've gotten this much enjoyment out of a new movie.
I
Like
really-
a long time.
I really enjoyed it. I would still probably say like 8 enjoyment wise, but like
Okay.
7 is
What's
7
a
is
10,
my
Mitchell?
seven.
Do you enjoy life? Is life worth living?
I mean, I don't know, man. Like a 10 is really high. Like,
I don't give any movies a 10.
yeah, I don't think I've given any movie a 10 yet. I probably
Well, that's the
will,
thing. No
but-
movie is like can truly be perfect.
Well, I mean, if we're not going by perfection, because then you're never gonna get a 10.
That's what I'm saying. Then
So it's
the
like-
best movie in your mind has to be a 10. Then.
Ideally, yes.
Yeah,
Ideally, yes.
I
So
don't.
that's what I say. Either way, it's mine's in between 8
maybe
or 9.
maybe
then,
for
yeah.
enjoyment, Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Whoa!
The pinnacle. The
peak-
pinnacle.
Best movie ever made. That's a 10.
Human
right there.
society peaked with
Yeah,
that movie.
That's a 10, and then
That's
also
when the world started going downhill.
We
Oh
cure
my-
cancer in 200 years. Not even close to the Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
and
Now,
Los
if you
Skeletons
have
of
cancer and
Cadabra.
are listening to this, I'm sorry for
Yeah.
your loss.
Sorry,
We're not making fun of you.
sorry. It's a joke. It's a joke. Also, Lost Skeleton of Cadabra.
Very nice.
That's like a
Oh,
10.
I need to watch that again.
That might be a
That is
9 because of the
so-
dancing scene. Because the dancing
Oh,
scene is
that-
awful.
oh.
That makes it better though.
No, that was 10. That's not funny. It's just unbearable. It's so
Okay,
awkward,
yeah, that scroll
man.
bends, it's
It's
like,
on way
yeah.
too long. Anyways, Spider-Verse 2, Across the Spider-Verse.
Very good.
Good movie.
Very good.
Recommend.
If you're
Yeah.
looking for, I don't know, fantastic, awesome, fun time,
Yeah, I
I
guess
guess
you could.
watch this
I
movie.
mean, you know, if you want to be miserable, I guess you can, skip this one. Just
Watch The Little Mermaid remake.
yeah, watch anything Disney's made this year. Gee whiz, man.
Yep.
You've got plenty of choices for bad movies if you don't want to watch a good one. This is a good one. So,
Oh yeah.
if you like animation, if you like superheroes, you'll probably enjoy this. So,
Absolutely.
big recommend. Big thumbs up. Check
Two
it out.
thumbs up,
Yeah.
because that's as many hands as I have.
No, I'm
And plus,
yeah.
me and H&M are
don't have any arms, so.
Yeah, we're actually paraplegic, you guys. Amputees.
None about this all of the work for us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have any limbs or noses.
It's quite a sight to see us go to the theater.
We're like the Red Skull if he was just a torso.
Only I'm blue. So.
Well, yeah. Rules of improv curse you, yes, and I was gonna be blue. I'm blue emotionally. I'm green on the outside. Within me, because I wanted to be blue.
I beat you to it.
You beat me
I'm
to
red.
it.
Blaming that.
So, real quick before we go, Noah, do you want to plug anything?
My YouTube channel, obviously.
Yeah.
At No Golner, but the home about the channel name.
Yeah.
Pro Gamer, you know.
Pro Gamer.
Yeah.
Chess Grandmaster win.
Oh yeah. That by 2024. I mean,
Clearly.
I will be.
Got you.
He's got it ready.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I'm already way behind. 18 and not a pro grandmaster. Oh my goodness.
Ooh, slacking. Ooh.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's everything. So,
All right.
See you later. Over and out.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye from us here.
Say goodbye.
Bye.